Okay. Yeah, it's been 2 weeks, but he made it all the way to the end of this museum dungeon. You finally completed the ending here, defeated the spider. Your purpose in coming here was to help Zanladir recover his means of this fast travel system, which he kind of gave you a brief rundown on how it works and what it's used for. You understand that there are these fragments that can be incorporated into doors, and then I don't think he mentioned. Maybe he did. Doesn't really matter. There's a key that is crafted, and then you insert the key into the door, and it allows you to kind of travel to the door of your choice within a range. And there was more to be discussed there. But then you were set upon by this spider that was the guardian of this location, which was an unfortunate combat scenario for those that were stuck on the ground, unfortunately, until it came down and was brutally murdered. And that is right where we left off, which was the defeating of the spider. And so it had disconnected from its web that it was hanging from. I think it was on the side of the wall. What were you going to say?
Did we ever make a decision whether or not to break Voodoo's glass or no? I don't remember.
No, we said we take a decision after dealing with the spider.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So the energy bridge is still there. Some of you are on it, and some of you are not on it. Kind of being careful to avoid the traps that you can't see that are there. Although you do know that left-hand side is totally free and clear. But the spider kind of just fell into the darkness, and those of you with enough dark vision to be able to see down and see where it is, it just kind of plops onto the spider web net that kind of encompasses the entirety of this large hole that's in the ground, and it's just kind of like stuck there, as opposed to being able, as a spider normally would, to be able to walk on it. It's like backside sticks to it, and it's just kind of hangs in place on that netting approximately 80 feet down from where you are currently. So as the battle comes to an end and the spider is defeated, you find yourself in a dark, somewhat cold, and quiet environment.
Okay. What now?
Yeah. We found the thing, right? We go. I may be a dwarf, but I kind of hate being underground.
Hey, we don't. I mean, I don't really follow stereotypes. It's all good. I get it. I understand. Yeah, I don't want to be down here much longer if I don't have to be. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of miss the sunlight.
I think we've finished what we came here to do. We can move along.
I mean, I'm guessing everyone's going to agree with me, but that wasn't a normal spider, right? And I believe it was Shaku, was it, who spotted like it had a collar that like had the lightning going through it. So maybe if Shaku could turn into a spider, throw a few of us down to the body, we could try and take a look and see what it is.
On the sticky web? Do we still
you can
have
turn
the
into
rug?
a spider.
We still have the rug? Well, he could lure us down at least, so we could just lay out the rug to get closer. That way we don't.
Cool.
No, we took a long rest. We took a long rest.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Over here.
It's not dawn.
It's once
yet,
per
though.
day. Yeah. For dawn.
That's
Charges
right.
the dawn.
Oh,
it's like 3 a.m. or something.
Yeah. Not quite there yet.
Understood. All right. Yeah. Then.
Which,
But,
I mean, if it's once per dawn, then you would have used it yesterday.
Yeah. And it's not quite done
But
yet.
it's not dawn yet.
dawn's when the sun comes up.
All right.
We don't know where the sun is.
I'm down to go down and take a look at it.
Sun's up.
Okay. Yeah, I just was on the phone with Adam, and I told him I wasn't going to voice his character, just because his character will be exiting at some point during this session. But I don't know at his features. Eric, you were kind of helping him with that. His
Does he have a
ability
wild shape left?
None of his boxes are ticked at all.
Yeah, he didn't use his wild shape at all.
Didn't he turn into a spider once during fight?
Oh, yeah, he used one, so he's got one left.
Yeah, but he's got 2 for a short rest. Could take a short rest. Could just get it back.
Oh, because he got a long rest. He hasn't done it since he took the long rest, right? Or no?
No, he did it during the fight.
No,
he was
did
a
it during
spider
the fight,
on the back of the spider.
Okay,
Gotcha.
so he's got 1 wild shape left. So let's use that one.
Okay. All right. So Sheku turns into a spider and goes ahead and crawls down. Or were you going to give him instructions as to what he was going to do when he goes down there?
He's a giant spider, right? So in theory, one person could ride him?
Yeah, probably.
With some difficulty climbing down a vertical surface. Yeah, sure. If you want to, like, grab onto him while he's going vertically down the wall to get to the web, sure.
They're small.
Yeah, I'll go down.
Who's going?
I'll go down. Yeah. Yeah, let's see. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, poke the thorax. Ew. What? Why does it feel... Is this wrong? Is it wrong that I'm touching you like this? Oh, I'm sorry. And I'll just climb onto the back.
All right, so you get onto the back of the pseudo Sheku spider, and
before he goes down, obviously Duke would guidance him.
He would guidance me. Of course he would.
Yeah, guidance.
He would never forget to guidance.
Which lasts a minute. Okay, so you get on the back. It's like some vertigo at first as you start to go down. I don't know if you're like leaning backwards and grabbing on here, or if you're like leaning fully forwards and you're like upside down.
I'm leaning forward. Yeah.
Okay, like, you're upside down.
Yeah.
Piggyback.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's gonna get down to the bottom, get onto the web, and it's maybe 15, 20 feet. And there's this massive spider body, and there's still the remnants of like electricity that's kind of like crackling off of its body and running through the webs, which is quickly dispersing and traveling downwards. It looks like the web itself was somehow electrified, maybe because of the presence of this lightning spider that was here, and that's subsides by the time you get to it. It is on its back, and its like limbs are like curled up in on itself in the center there. It does look like the back of it is adhered to the spider web itself, sticking down through. Now the distance between the webbing itself, it's actually quite dense. So there's like maybe like 2-foot holes that are just kind of like spread all throughout the space here. And kind of looking down and underneath where the spider has landed upside down, there's all manner of things sticking out of the back of the dead spider. Like pointy things, and some of them look like weapons and other things. What are you going to go and examine? The thing around its neck, or what are you trying to do?
Well, first things first, I want to step onto it, like, so that way I don't have to stand on Sheku right now, because the spider's much bigger. First things first, I want to use my 120 feet worth of dark vision and see if I spot any egg sacs.
Okay. I mean, just go ahead and make a perception check for me, or investigation, your choice.
Oh, you shouldn't give me a choice. Oh, you should. Even with my plus 8, even with my
Only
plus
a
8,
plus 8.
I got a 10.
I mean, you feel pretty confident that down on this lower level, this is probably for catching things and not necessarily where the egg sacs would be located if there were any. But even with your 120 feet, kind of looking around, you don't see anything.
Okay. Yeah, then I'll go investigate the collar first.
Okay, so
any kind of inscriptions or anything like that.
Sheku kind of like has to like extend the legs up a little bit to get you up and on top of the underside of the.
Thank you.
Body.
Carcass is the word I was looking for.
Okay.
Thank you. And so you get up there, and it like it's already starting to like decompose for some reason,
no.
and It's interesting. Your foot just
Ew.
right down into it about like maybe like 6 inches, and it's just.
I'll shout up. Just guys, this sucks.
And when you say it's decomposing, is it kind of like the same as a T-Rex?
It has some similar aspects to it to this T-Rex. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to use the feature of my golden glasses, and cast Identify on the collar and see if there's anything special about it.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So, looking at it, as you kind of walk up to it, it looks like the collar has shrunk, and started to like shrink inwards, which is literally starting to decapitate the spider, which is, I mean, you know how spider anatomy works, but it's just like starting to like almost like it's gonna pop off of its body. And it does have like blue, almost dragon scale texture along the length of it. And the part that's stuck into its back, which is on the other side, which you can't really see from your perspective.
Oh.
You don't have to touch it.
Are they like Tesla rods?
You don't even know what that is.
It doesn't look like it's a solid collar as much as it's a malleable material, like a rubber band almost, that's like wrapped around it. You don't have to touch it to identify it, right?
No, I don't think I do. Right? Identify is not touch.
Okay,
I don't think so.
Identify.
Yeah, and there's no time of casting.
Identify is touch, but I don't know how does it work with the glasses. I'm imagining the glasses, by the way, like I'm Iron Man with Jarvis.
There you go.
Like the
heads-up
display.
Yeah, the heads-up display. Only once for long rest. Wish I could use it more.
Okay, this is a whip. Is a whip that was wrapped around this spider's neck. Used by the half-dragon taskmasters of a long-forgotten empire, this whip drew fear and hopelessness from those who felt its terrible sting. This dark blue dragon scale leather whip is forged from the supple scales of a blue dragon's tail and enchanted by Archmage Forge Masters. Its handle of glyphed dark wood holds a single dragon claw on its base. You gain a bonus to attack and damage rolls made with this magic weapon, determined by the weapon's rarity, which I already have this on here. You can use a bonus action to speak this whip's command word, which sends arcing bolts of lightning down the length of the whip. While lightning arcs down the whip, it deals an extra 1d6 lightning damage to any target it hits. The lightning lasts until you use a bonus action to speak the command word again, or until you drop or stow the whip. So, I don't know. I'm going to... Oh, I can post pictures. That's cool.
Yoink.
Yoink.
That's so cool, dude.
Make me download it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't notice yet.
No, I can see it. I can see it in the chat.
Yeah, I can see it, and I clicked on it, and it just opened the picture.
Isn't that just a light whip from Star Wars?
If you actually pull open I know you're making a joke, but it actually has texture on the blue part of it.
I opened it up, but it was very pixelated.
I
didn't see it better. It's not a super high res image on our end.
Yeah.
I could be putting these in Discord, I guess.
That's a big old wall of text.
Ooh.
It's a +2 whip that deals an extra 1d6 lightning damage, is all it is. That's literally all it is.
Yoink.
Oh yeah, only.
+2. That's really good.
That's neat.
All right.
I don't know. It was really a whip kind of person in the party.
Who? Yeah, but I mean, even if we don't. Oh yeah, hello, cowboy. Even if we don't use it, it's a gambling chip. It's we sell it for coin.
Are you dex-based? It's a finesse weapon, right?
It is.
It is.
So I was thinking
absolutely
maybe,
dex.
Of maybe Duke. Well, I know he's not here, but maybe Duke, because he's a monk who uses dex most of the time, and I mean he has slightly lower attacking stat, so the +2 would bring him up to like the party average.
Once he hits high enough monk level, it'd count as a monk weapon for him, so it would use his monk die instead of a D4. So
could you not do that already?
Well, I just don't know.
Weapon?
Yeah, I just don't know what level he is.
I believe it's level 2 for monk, and he's level 4 right now. Monk 1 cleric.
See, his unarmed strikes are still a D4.
Oh yeah, you meant the damage. Yeah. I mean, supposedly we're gonna level up when we take a long rest, and as soon as we level up, he's gonna take his 5th level.
Yeah, we'll figure this out later. I'm gonna take this out.
So one of the two of us will make good use of it.
I'm gonna yoink that.
Okay, so you grab onto it, and it is like recoiling on this thing, like it's trying to choke it and decapitate it. So you grab onto it, and you're able to yank. Go ahead and make a strength check for me.
I mean, I will let it decapitate the thing if it means I don't have to risk losing it. Like, if it decapitates it, then it just comes free because there's nothing in between it. Like,
okay, you want to let that happen?
It might
sit there and hold the handle while it squeezes.
Yeah, I'll just sit there and hold the handle.
The handle's the bit that's stuck into its back,
and
right?
it's underneath it right now because it's upside down on the web.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so how about that guidance?
Still there. It lasts for a minute.
Still there?
I'm pretty sure you're down there for 1 minute. I mean, just casting Identify is a minute.
Yeah. Actually, I had asked. I didn't actually come through, but I was asking how long does it take to cast Identify?
Understood.
1 minute.
1 minute.
Yeah.
So let's
Unless
get this.
The glasses are faster.
Okay. So
just to allow you to cast Identify.
I'll take a 12.
-1 on strength. Oh, look, Alex is here.
Yeah, Alex is here.
Alex is here. Right, dude.
Hey, Alex is here.
Alex, you might be getting a cool whip, or I might be dying.
Those two things.
So, I'm gonna use my chronal shift and re-roll that.
I mean,
do you want some help?
Just got here. I'm concerned.
No, I'm good. I'll take the 12.
No need to be.
I'll take the 12.
Can Shaku give you the help action?
So
you don't
actually,
have to totally.
Technically, yeah.
As long as he's there.
Just like reaches up an appendage and grabs onto it. Okay, sure. Yeah, go ahead and take advantage on that. Absolutely. With your -1
All right,
in
so
strength.
I'll take the 12.
Hold on. What we should have done was look at a Spider King.
The Spider King
stat box.
Which is probably
might be strong.
Okay, well he
was there.
He already said what he was doing, and he already rolled for it, so we're gonna take that. But yes, you probably should have looked at something else.
It's 2 to strength when he's a spider. Also, even if you drop it, he can walk down through the webs and get it because he's just web walking as a spider.
Maybe.
Okay, so you grab onto it and you try with all of your might to pull it free. You do get it like almost all the way off of its neck, but it's like fighting against you, almost like it has a mind of its own, interestingly enough. And then it just like snaps back into place, and as it does so, it's like a tentacle of an octopus. It just around the side, and then the head just pops off and just hangs off to the side, and there's just spider guts just pouring out of its neck. What happens then is that the tentacle-like whip goes limp and falls through one of the holes of the web, but the back of it, the handle is still stuck into the back of the spider, and so it's just dangling loosely now down through the spider web.
Why is it always Zender?
Why did you use that wording? Why did you use that wording?
What do you mean?
Mind of its own.
I said almost as if it has a mind of its own.
You're reading too much into it.
Okay, and then
I use words.
I'll really quickly just take a look at the rods, like, and just like in its back, and see what's up with that.
How are you're gonna have Shaku like hold you through one of the holes upside down through the webbing to see the stuff under its back?
Oh, that's right. It's on the underside. Oh no, screw that then.
Couldn't you just roll the spider over?
Yeah, me? Yeah, me?
No, the giant spider that's with you.
I think that the giant spider that Shaku is,
dead
and the giant spider
stuck to its own web.
Yeah, it's stuck to its own web. I mean, I think we just grab the whip and leave. I'm not that curious.
Well, I mean, you could at least detect magic to see if there's some magical stuff.
Oh, fine.
But wait, could you do a ritual upside down?
On his back? Your ritual?
Razier, activate your magic eyes.
No, it's
only got a range of 30 feet.
It's
Razier,
actively
jump off the
decomposing.
Dive, go!
Shaku's gonna catch you.
It's actively
It'll
decomposing.
faster,
So what I'll
probably for
I'll
Shaku
just-
to come grab me and me to go down
No,
there.
Shaku,
and magic eyes.
Shaku can just Shaku, if I'll just say, Shaku, can you grab the whip, please? And then I'll just use an action to cast detect magic, and like try and look over.
Do that.
Okay. Yeah, sure. All right. So
Right, because I mean, if I just cast it using a spell slot, it's one action, right?
right.
Okay.
Is it an action or a minute?
Yeah, it's
I
an
believe
action.
it's an action.
It's an action. I was just making sure.
And it's a minute
fine.
cast time, right?
Cast
No,
time.
cast time is an
No,
action.
casting time. Is
Oh,
one
sorry.
Duration.
concentration up to 10 minutes. So
Okay, gotcha. So it's easy enough for Spider Shaku to reach down. It's no longer. It's just limply like hanging out of the back of the spider. So
Trying
he
to
reaches
pull
down,
it out.
grabs the out of the spider, and has it ready to be brought back up. You cast your detect magic, and all of a sudden, under the entire underside of the spider, like there's like little spots, and there's a minimum of 10 magical objects on the underside of the spider.
of what school? Evocation, I'm assuming, because lightning.
You need direct line of sight.
Oh well, yeah. I
You
was
need that.
leaning over, like
Oh, you're
trying to
leaning
see.
over.
Yeah. And do they look like the black onyx crystals that we've been finding?
They might just be another set of the
No, it
fancy
looks
weapons.
so.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
to the best of your ability to see, which isn't great from your
Right.
perspective, it just looks like a collection. Like this thing's been fought before, similar to how the T-Rex had been fought.
It's like a
before.
horde, kind of.
It's like a small horde,
Sure.
and it isn't like it's collecting items on its back. It's like there have been things that have been stuck into it when people are trying to kill it, like arrows, maybe some other weapons, and like they got stuck in the spider, and then it just couldn't get them out on its own, and it just kind of like healed over the wounds, and now it's just got a bunch of weapons sticking out of the back of it. Looks like maybe the feathered ends of a few arrows that are there that light up with some magical stuff to them. There's a particularly long, looks like a staff that's sticking out of the back of it, and yeah, there's some stuff down there.
Is the staff
How are you?
reachable or no? I
all-
just the only reason I think is because I think that my brother would like it. So
Again, Shaku can go through
yeah.
webbing, so he could just
if Shaku
go down,
can
grab
it,
something, bring it up. Go down,
I'll
grab
just-
something,
I'll-
bring it up.
yeah.
We got time.
I'll
Okay.
ask him. Just can you grab it?
Of
You
course,
grab
Shaku
How long
would
does
be-
wild shape last?
Shaku would be so willing.
He would.
Like
Horse.
hours.
A few hours, I believe. Is it like half your level?
Wild shape. His lasts for 2 hours.
2 hours, yeah.
Because it's.
I mean,
half
we're
your-
not.
Yes, it is.
your
Yeah, we're not
level
going to
half
be
your
down
level.
here that long. So you know.
Yep.
Maybe another half hour in game, but like, it's actively decomposing. So
So
just,
over
Yeah, the stuff
the
should
course
flop
of,
out.
we'll say, 20
How-
minutes.
yeah, I
So
mean,
it takes him
until-
20 minutes to get down there. He like rips out. Some of them. One of them almost gets lost. In fact, actually, I would like 2 people to roll a D10 for me. Wait. Wait. Roll 3d4.
You want 2 people to roll 3d4?
Mm-hmm. So just decide. Obviously, Eric is currently rolling one of those.
And I rolled the other. I was faster! Let's go! And just about giving the whip to Duke, I just looked at
Oh,
dedicated weapon. You need to be proficient with the weapon. A whip is a martial weapon.
is Eric not rolling the 3D?
Well, 3d4 got rolled. Oh, you want
No,
2
two
sets of
was
3d?
twice.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was
Gotcha.
ready to push enter and everything.
Gotcha! I also rolled a 7.
Let's go!
What are the chances? Okay. So, in the interest of
Pretty
moving things
high,
along here,
actually.
yeah. All the items are retrieved and brought back up to the top where you guys can, I don't know how many uses of identify you have.
Well, I have one more freebie from the book.
That, or you could, don't you have the spell in your spell book? You could cast it as a ritual.
Okay. There are 7 of a particular arrow that looks as though it has like some barbed spines on the end of it, with almost like a small satchel that somehow upon impact didn't release the burst of whatever its power was upon entry of the spider, which is usable. There are 7 of those. It looks almost like something Sheku would make, interestingly enough. The next one...
what was the gist of that last one? Just for notes. Barbed arrows.
A barbed arrow with like a satchel. Exactly. Yep. Sure.
You said 7 of them.
Yeah.
Yep. 7 of those.
But I'm just imagining when you mentioned the satchel. I don't know what they call them, but like the dead arrows with the portable hole at the back.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
The satchel is like a separate bag.
No, I'm sorry.
No,
so
on the arrows, there's a little sack.
Oh, okay.
There you go. That's the right word. Not
stick into
satchel.
something and pop.
Sack is the right word. Like a little tiny.
I have
canvas
4
something
kinds of arrows on me. This is silly.
Okay.
Options.
Uh-huh.
Oh, God.
They are options.
You have a little button on your boat to switch the arrowheads into your quiver.
Oh, like Hawkeye. We're turning into the Avengers.
Hate it.
So, yeah, you're Iron Man with the heads on display.
There are 7 of another kind of arrow. It looks like both of these kinds of arrows were made by like a similar craftsman, because the feathered end has the same like weight to it and everything. The shaft is the same, but the ends of this one are in the shape of a heart. But it is not just like an arrowhead heart, but it actually looks like it's almost a vial of something, like a viscous red liquid within a heart-shaped canister at the end of it.
Oh my God, he's a Cupid!
Maybe.
It's either love potions or it's a healing arrow.
That would be super
Or
silly.
neither of those things. Okay.
Or neither of those
the thing
things.
that you saw that was kind of sticking into the spider that you thought was a staff is actually a spear. It has like this... It looks crudely made. It doesn't look like it would be magical based on how crude it is. It has a couple of feathers attached to a like a vine that kind of just hangs off the side of it, kind of like a tribesman kind of spear. And then the top of it is not like perfectly symmetrical. It's actually jagged on one end and sharp on the other. But that does have a magical aura to it. Stuck in between 2 of its legs, kind of wedged underneath the carapace, which Sheku pulled it from, there is a cudgel. It's a simple polished club that has a studded iron band around one end, and it has a hefty piece of rope that's kind of wrapped around with like a little loop that hangs down on where the handle is.
Okay.
And those are the items that you found.
Cool.
There being the at least 10 was all of the various arrows that you found underneath this thing.
Oh, that's pretty good then.
So there was 7 barbed arrows, and how
7
many
of each
heart
type of
7 heart arrows.
Yeah.
7 of
as well.
both. Okay.
So you'd have to
make sure I got
identify them to know what their actual properties are and what they do.
We can either cast. You could sit there, cast identify 4 times, or we could all take a short rest.
Yeah.
With 1 each, get a short rest.
Do we even
identify.
need a short rest, or should we just like leave here?
I don't need a short rest. I
sleep
mean,
outside the cave and be
yeah.
done with this place.
As well.
I would love to be not here.
Yeah,
Alright.
we should. I would love to be not here. We also need to discuss the whole soul bottle thing. Do you want to do that outside?
At least back towards the entrance.
I'm pretty sure
And,
we won't be able to leave with the soul bottle. But yeah.
Okay.
Right. We also should make sure we do a once over in our minds at least of any of the items we left in any of the rooms if we want to take them on our way out.
The
grab
fake luck picking set.
Stole everything.
Yeah, we just threw everything in the portal.
It was a fake.
Fake.
It was a decorative replica thing, yeah. And it
for a museum piece.
broke immediately.
Yeah, I think the only thing I left was the dinosaur bones. Oh no, never mind. I have them. I lied to you.
You did spend like an hour cutting out one of the bones.
Yeah, you took like what was it? A femur? Was it? And a few claws?
Yeah.
The femur's bigger than him, so I know. I'm pretty sure he took some toe bones.
Yeah, it was like a knuckle bone or something like that.
Dinosaur bones.
Yeah,
I think we pretty much collected everything. And
yeah, I think we got everything. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, most of those notes are on my laptop, so I'm gonna transfer them now to my desktop.
What we could do is start just popping open those graves and stealing from those guys if you wanted to.
I mean, you already did that with that.
I already did that, so if you want to do it some more.
I just realized we never actually identified.
I did.
We did. We did it with detect magic, and that's it.
We trialed and errored it.
Yeah, we trialed and errored it.
Scientific method of smashing it on stuff until it worked.
Until something breaks, either the hammer or the sucker.
I figured it out. It's fine.
Yeah. Let's get out of here.
Okay. Now, do y'all want to go by that lake one more time, or y'all still good with that?
Nope. I'm not going. I mean, we
right.
already did all the work to get away from it. Why would we go towards it on our way back?
Because there's something cool in there that Tim really wants.
Well, we don't have the carpet, so there's a big chasm at the top of the stairs we have to get across somehow.
Didn't you just walk across it normally?
Yeah, no, I
we
made
used the carpet.
Oh, top of the stairs. Right.
Midway where there's the gap in the stairs, you broke a path, but at the very top there's the hole that we initially saw that we used the carpet to get across.
It's only
once a dawn.
It's got to recharge.
I was concerned.
Yeah, it's still around. Just
the giant spider ate it.
Yeah,
we'll go get it.
I mean, the spider's decomposing, so at this point we might as well.
Yeah. Okay. So. Hey, Alex.
Wait, isn't the boat for the
Yes.
You doing good?
stone?
Oh yeah, it is on the other side.
Yeah.
Everything good? Welcome. Nobody said. I don't know if anybody said welcome. We just kind of
No,
cheered
that's
when
fine.
you got in here.
Also,
Yeah, we said Alex.
Yeah, everybody said my name. I felt recognized.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. Sorry, Donnie. What were you saying?
I was saying the boat on the and the stone lake is on the wrong side, so we couldn't go get it we couldn't get across that if we wanted to, probably, unless we swam. I'm not swimming in stone. Okay, it's not happening.
Maybe
put that on Reddit. I'm not swimming in stone.
Maybe if you touch it with the hammer, something will happen.
The hammer works on onyx. Not
Who says it's not liquid onyx?
Who says it's liquid at all? None of you went near enough to touch it.
Shush.
I don't want to touch it.
And I mean, it wouldn't I was gonna say, it's usually a lake like that. It seemed pretty stagnant. I wouldn't want to be swimming in stagnant water. A bunch of stuff
you're gonna get parasites.
Yeah, exactly.
Crawl up your booty hole or something.
Yep, that's definitely the worst of your worries.
Yeah, it's true.
I can't stab parasites.
It's the kind of parasites that are large and eat you from the outside instead.
Right.
Yep.
Just
exactly.
Fish. I guess.
It's just 99% piranhas under the surface.
Absolutely.
That or the ancestors of bullets. So they're not actually land shark. They're muddy stone shark, or liquid stone shark.
I mean, if
They're
we all
still
rest,
transitioning between.
Yeah.
If we all rest, we can be ready to jump.
Everything.
/ have the rug back.
You guys literally just just finished a long rest, like
Just before the
like
fight.
an hour ago or
Yeah,
less.
and
I mean,
and a couple of us are bodied, including our dear friend. What's his name? I'm forgetting his name.
Zanladir.
Zanladir, how are you doing?
He's only near
well,
dead.
he's only mostly dead. Oh, I mean, you fulfilled your purpose. I've survived barely. Kind of looks over at Razir. I knew that you'd keep me alive. I knew that your plan would work. I'm terrified that we had to fight such a creature. You had to fight the creature. I helped a little, but
You did.
what is this? Is somebody insight checking him?
Did he actually
already?
believe we keep him alive?
He's unsure. But yeah, I say we have what we need. You just have one more thing that you have to fulfill before we leave, so that we can actually, take what we've come here for. So why don't we just get on with it then?
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree.
I'm definitely a little worse for wear. If anyone had any means of, taking care of all these bumps and scrapes, I wouldn't say
we
no.
could do that, or we could short rest.
I like saying that.
Take a
in
quick
character.
breather.
Like we could short rest and use our hit die.
That or I just look at I have 60 berries right now, so I could just chuck a few at him.
Yeah, just give him a handful of tasty berries.
Wait a second.
I wouldn't mind, 25 of those.
Can I get
Alright.
16? Can I get 16 berries, please?
All right, wait.
That's so stupid.
25, 35, and you wanted 16?
16.
All right.
Just think, after we do our next long rest, those 60 berries would instead heal for 240 total health if we wanted
Well, it's
to.
40 first level one, so so that would be
Oh, right, because
wait.
you have some higher level ones.
Yeah,
so it's even more than that.
two
That's so
available
abysmal.
spell slots.
That's so abysmal.
We
Dude,
don't have to worry.
are we
about
understanding
how to combat
how
heal.
disgusting that is?
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I mean, for it in combat healing, it's not that good because you need
Yeah,
to take an
no.
action to heal like 4 HP.
But it's real nice for in between combat.
Yeah.
Yep. No
In
need for hit
between
dice.
healing. In between.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, so Zanladir eats a bunch of berries, and all of his wounds just totally... he's covered in like this... I don't know what color your good berries are. Red and purple, and just all over his face. Like he stuck his face in a blueberry pie.
I might eat a few as well.
Reach into my bag and give him a handkerchief. Because I definitely am the kind to carry those around.
Thank you, Xanda. I don't know what's come over me. I just was...
It's okay. Everyone gets hungry now and again.
all right.
And them, we've all had them. Them berries are pretty tasty.
We're gonna by the end of this, we're gonna turn good berries into something totally something other than what they actually are.
Oh
gonna
no!
be like the
Good
staple.
berries are gonna be like steaks.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be. You guys know Percy Jackson? How like ambrosia can taste however you want it to taste. So in Percy Jackson, there's a drink. It's called ambrosia. It's in Greek mythology too, but basically they have it every day for dinner, and you can whatever you want it to taste like, it will taste that way. So we
Awesome.
can just flavor good berries to be that way.
But
Yeah.
I just thought about that the spell is something feast. I basically 6th level and have it already.
Yeah.
Heroes Feast?
Jeez.
Yeah, Heroes
Heroes
Feast.
Feast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember seeing the rules for that. It's bonkers.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Bonkers.
so
Crazy spell.
the hero feast that you cast is literally all good berries. Just
Various
Just
types.
a big old bowl.
I'm so
No, it's
sick
various
of
types
them.
of berries. You get pies. You get like cakes.
Oh yes,
smoothies,
yes, I like
berries
that way
green.
more.
Got various pastries.
It's amazing.
It's a 6th level cleric.
We all leave this campaign. All of our characters are like legendary heroes, but we don't have teeth due to all the cavities.
And everybody's a little bit overweight.
Everyone's got diabetes.
Our movement speed goes to 25.
Yeah,
I'm already there.
All right.
So you guys head back to the...
Make our way up.
Okay.
At the top of the stairs.
Well, let's just kind of reiterate, right? So you head back through the puzzle room. You go where the basement area was. Back up the stairs. You cross over. You pass by the door with the stone pond there that's closed currently. You cross over the section you'd carved out in that like hollowed out cylindrical area where the crystals were. Back up the staircase, up and winding to reach the small chamber with the double doors that lead back out into the main area. Mm-hmm. And kind of stopping and listening. You don't hear anything. I don't know if you guys left that door open or not. It doesn't really matter. It's not locked from where you are. But there is that chasm on the other side of that door now.
How big was it again? It was like 20 feet?
I had moved your tokens, as you guys can probably see.
15, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like 15-ish feet. Yeah.
Oh, look, the carpet's still there.
But if we use the angle, right, from this way to this way, right, in theory, it's less.
Is there enough of a foot spots to shimmy against the wall to go past it? Probably not.
It's kind of misleading on the thing here.
Okay, I know what you mean.
I'd say probably not.
Is there enough crystal clusters, onyx clusters, that we could drop down onto them and then kind of mosey our way around to climb back up on another side?
Again, it would be precarious. The other thing of note is that the ones here are more jagged and like pointy. And so, I mean, one of them was already shattered by Thrall, but you could like jump down maybe 5 feet, but they're on in like a pretty, steep angle. So somebody who's pretty athletic wouldn't have any problem kind of like perching like a monk maybe. But for...
I was just about to say, can I parkour my way down with like a rope so that it's easier for everyone else to get through, or...
And you want to string a rope across this little bit?
Like, never seen one of those ropes that go across a river and you just kind of hand over hand that bad boy, or I can do 2 ropes.
You could do that.
So you want me to die?
My other thing...
mean, I would prefer you didn't, but...
is with the doors being open as they are. I think, did you open both of them? I don't remember.
I thought we only did one, but we might have done both.
Yeah, one of them was closed but not locked. Anyways, how do the jump mechanics work in D&D? You can jump a distance equal to your strength
bonus.
It has to do with your strength modifier. It's if you're doing a long jump, it's your strength score. If you're doing a vertical jump, it's your strength modifier.
Yeah. So everybody other than Xander would be able to jump across this.
Even Zenladir.
Yep, even Zenladir.
Throw him.
I would own all of you.
Wait. No, technically, so as a long jump, you said it's your actual score. So he'd have to make an acrobatics check to see if he actually could hit the other side.
So would I.
Oh, gotcha.
Have Dimension Door in your spell books?
It's a 5th level spell.
Is it really?
It is.
Freaking silly.
What if I catapult and ride the pebble?
Ride the pebble.
Duke could jump across and hold.
Yeah, Duke can get across, no problem.
I can easily get across with a rope, and then I'll have a movable rod in the middle of the air.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you really don't want to fall, you could just tie it through the movable rod.
The movable rod, perfect.
Okay.
You can just do some cool monk stuff and jump up, do the immovable rod, tie a rope to it, we can all swing across.
I was gonna say you get that cart and just shove it into the hole so we can use it as a platform.
Oh, that's awesome.
Or that.
That's also a really good idea. All right, Duke will jump across and then move the cart into the hole. Yes.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah, so it's not like tethered down or bolted down or anything. So it's just like over to the edge of the thing and just like kind of on its side, being held up by like some of the crystals, and part of it like falls inwards, but it's kind of like on an angle. Even if you were to very carefully flip it over and like slide it out, there's no like perfect crystals that line up for it to be perfectly flat. I know what you're thinking when I was describing that. Like, well, why can't I just be careful and place it like, perfectly? No, it's on an angle. I'm not going to make anybody roll for it. It's a bridge. I'm not going to make any roll. You guys are able to jump onto the back of the cart.
It's an awkward bridge.
Yeah, and get across.
It's a bridge. Enough to get across. That's all we're hoping for.
There we go. You guys have already done the whole dungeon. We're not gonna make new puzzles out of.
We're not gonna die here.
Go get a painting, right? Just weave it together.
We put that in the. We put this chest in the portable hole, right? We just brought that with us.
Is it? Yeah, yes. I believe so.
Yes.
Okay. Because right now
locked.
In the portable hole, I was looking at it earlier, and I had chest from Master's office.
It's locked and trapped. Yeah. Don't forget.
Yeah. We know it's trapped.
We also have a bearskin rug.
Yes.
A cold statue.
Yeah.
We took the unicorn one, right?
I can't wait. I can't wait to get our own crib, guys.
Can you guys see the whole map right now?
Yeah.
We can the parts we export.
It's just dark.
Oh, okay,
it's
gotcha.
Like darker. Like if you were to put a creature where we can't see, we wouldn't see it.
Right.
Dude, wait until we get the crib going and we can put the unicorn at like front and center. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When Beacon's like, here, you have a home, and then it gets burned down. Yeah.
Okay. So you all clamber across into this central chamber with all the lore that's here and the statues, the door that leads to the office with the orb kind of on that pedestal, and just the main entryway, which has the door that was slightly ajar where I almost called it a dragon. The dinosaur was sleeping up against that door with its mouth open, if you recall. That was that like really closed cave crevice that you had to... So you can go that way.
Just go straight
around.
Or we can go around,
we can just go around. That's a simple way at this point.
Okay, earlier someone mentioned...
the orb is no longer a danger, so
I don't really want to squeeze through a tunnel.
Yeah, and I was going to say, while we're passing through the main area, we're here, somebody did mention taking all the stuff from... Nothing was magical.
Do more grave robbing? Yeah, there's no magic in any of them.
Nothing was magical.
Oh yeah, that's why we didn't do it.
Correct.
The only reason.
Okay, however, one last thievery. You see this pickaxe on this crate right here? Is that pickaxe there?
Where?
You mean?
At Voodoo's camp.
Voodoo's pickaxe. In his little camp.
Oh. Well, so you're not technically back in that room yet. So you head down the sarcophagus, past the statue, past the room that had the magnetic orb, through the tunnel, and back out into the main area. And so you guys... Could I have a marching order, please?
No.
I'll go up front.
Yeah.
I'll go second, I guess.
I'll do middle of the group thing.
Since right now...
I'll be fifth, and then Zanladir will be in the back, I guess.
Since right now it's not a bear, I guess the bird's just going to be on my shoulder.
Oh, right.
It's a bird now, and not a bear.
Bird, yeah.
Did you change it into a bird?
Yes, I changed it to during the long rest when we were fighting.
Yeah, before we fought.
I mean Foundry. Did you change it in Foundry?
Yes, I believe I did. Where is it?
It was underneath Thrall. There we go.
Oh, that's what.
It's behind.
Well, stop standing on the bird.
Okay.
It's freaking great. That's why we can't see.
An interesting sight. An interesting sight greets you as you come out into this cave that you descended into not but a day and a half ago.
Who has the bottle on them? Break it. Break it right now. Break it right now.
Who does, actually?
I mean, we should be good in here because Vudos was in here. So this should count as part of the space.
Yeah, I believe it's when you try to go up
the
actual hole.
The sight that greets you is not of Vudos, but of two figures with their arms behind their back, bloodied and bruised, mostly broken, knives held to their necks. That of, if I could see,
those two
the dudes we left upstairs.
Eluin Brygion and Liari Renzuman. They are backed by 5 familiar figures.
No, the Raiders.
The Raiders of Nyx Ruinum are standing behind them.
Bad one. I can't. Dicks. I'm thinking of the C word in case you guys were wondering.
Captain! Corn! I'm gonna find it one day!
Cucumbers.
They kind of move this a little bit to be where it's supposed to be.
So, about that long rest, guys.
Right?
Can we just retcon that Duke get some good berries real quick? Eat some berries.
I have no spell slots either, so this is super fun.
I mean, I have all my spell slots, so I could create another 60 berries.
I have doubled my arrow capacity. Let's do this.
Duke just holds his hand out like to Louise, and, like, berry me.
I give him all the berries I had.
Snacking as we walk into the room.
Which, since I ate you, will only be 9.
It would be a sense of realization on your part, and they were very clearly waiting for you in this room. And so there's no surprise or anything, but as you're kind of walking up, I don't know if you just stop dead in your tracks as you all see them just standing there.
Keep that distance, yeah.
Phaon kind of lets out a large, like, sigh of relief. You've finally completed what you came here to do. I appreciate you doing our job for us.
Last I checked, Phaon, this wasn't your job that you were hired for. This was ours.
Actually, we did accept the mission. Only it was to take what is rightfully belongs in the hands of the rulers of the 5 families of Nyx Ruinum. You, of all people, should understand that. We are doing...
so it's where it belongs. See you guys!
We are doing... we are doing our great city a disservice if you do not bring it back to them. And to ensure that that is actually what takes place here, we will be taking it from you. So if you would, whoever has whatever it is you came here for, if you would just go ahead and hand that over to us.
You don't even know what we came here for. How do you know it belongs to the 5 families?
Oh my god. Really great idea. If they don't know what they want,
give them
the soul jar. Give them the soul jar. Excellent deception. Right here. Let's do it.
We'll have to see.
I would like to say
you guys are all talking amongst yourselves while
no.
The worst charisma.
That charisma is fantastic. I don't know what you're talking about.
You see,
I have an 8 charisma.
When you're as important as we are, right? And ones
Get off your high horse. Please.
He like looks over towards the centaur.
Whoa, dude! You can't just be talking about horses.
That centaur is allowed and capable of riding a horse. All right,
it's true.
Yeah, virals.
Also, where is this coming
Centaur
from? From Xander right now? Where is this coming from?
I want to know. He hates these guys.
This is not how he was back in Beacon when he
Yeah, I know, but
them.
we've just gone so far.
Yeah.
As Xander says that and is a bit confrontational, Razir will take a bit of a step forward and kind of put his hand on his side.
Okay.
A tumbleweed somehow crosses
between the two groups.
Look,
so
yeah,
it's important that we have others do our bidding from time to time, and you just did so without knowing you were doing it. The thing is, we have the intentions of helping out the entire world at large, and this is the first step in doing so. I don't think even Zanladir knows what he holds, but we contacted your father and asked him if he knew what could come of whatever it is you found while you were here. And he had some very interesting things to say indeed. So, it was his recommendation that we confiscate this and take it back with us.
You don't even know what it is. How would he know what it is?
I think you know exactly how he knows what it is. I'm surprised that you don't. Regardless, conversation is all fine and good, but you have some hostages to rescue here. We have some items, or item, whichever, to take with us, and so we'll be having it. I'm not going to give you...
This is how you guys do things.
We get things done.
You guys are praised as the protectors of our city, and you actively take hostages, people who have done nothing wrong to you?
If you...
This is it.
This is it, Xander. Wake up and smell the foulness that this world has to offer. You clearly haven't been in it long enough to understand this is how things have to operate. They must occur this way, or nothing can get done. One day you will learn this. And perhaps you yourself will take into account or do things that you never thought you'd be able to do. Bring yourself to do those things. Harming others is just but a small pebble in the sea of a rocky landscape.
Duke spits on the ground in front of him and points his hand out at them. Tu son unos villanos, and then I'm just gonna start running towards them. Let's go.
Let's do it. It's go time. Snap.
I'm gonna ask you a question.
Uh-huh.
Are you sure that that's what you want to do?
It's not what I want to do. I know these guys are probably gonna mop the floor with me, but the way they're talking, there's no way. Duke's put up with enough right now. We're about to free Budos. That's not okay with him. And these guys have taken hostages, and they're just not good people. And
so
Duke's really on the hero's path.
Just a basic means of information that Duke may have heard from Xander or otherwise. There isn't a hierarchy in the different raider groups that cover various towns, but there is knowledge of who may or may not be considered the most powerful among them. Like the raiders of Alisnarian are obviously top of the food chain because they work for the king, who is over the entire area. Second to them are the raiders of Nyx Ruinum.
I mean, I got as much from our previous interactions and Xander's general fear, and
We're also... I'm very low on spell slots.
The way that this guy is talking and the way that he is presenting himself right now, it sort of thinks to Thrall that maybe they're kind of putting on a big facade about their own strength. Can I roll an insight to size them up to see if they're actually as strong as they
that's
like
actually
to
a
believe?
feature from the champion fighter.
Shut up.
I'm just saying that
I know what
champion is
real
so
fighters
stupid.
look like, and does this guy look like a real fighter?
As Duke is running towards them, I will allow you to make an insight check on them to briefly size them up. And perhaps on Duke's way, I don't know that Threll's saying anything.
I mean, I would be definitely Duke, you don't go.
All right, Duke will hesitate.
Hold on, brothers. Hold on.
I get a couple steps out.
If I'm close enough, I try to grab him.
Okay, so you start to run. Xander's like, wait, and then Razir's just like, hold on, very calmly. And I mean, Duke's really fast, so he took off.
But
running,
I won't
right?
fight
So
them. I mean, I said it first.
You do that thing. You're like, run, stop. Oh, maybe not. Is that what happened?
Like stutter stuff.
Thrall, you're looking them up and down. There's something strange about a lot of the items that they have. Magical items on them, weapons, gear. They're all wearing super crazy armor and whatnot. They are beefed up. They are gonna annihilate your face. Yep. So there's that.
Yeah, but how clean are they?
Actually, that's a really interesting point. There is almost no dust or grime or dirt on them at all.
That's what I thought. Real people who do work have crappy looking equipment because it's used. If you see a pristine suit of armor, that dude has done nothing in his life.
That, or it's a new suit.
Or it's a new suit.
Yep.
Or it's magic and it just doesn't get dirty.
Yeah, and it's prestidigitated.
Yeah, somebody on their team has
They're too clean. I don't trust.
No, they're
their
not
boasts.
clean, Donnie. They're dirty people. I would like to inside check when he said that our father sent them. So, yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, that's a good point. I would also like to do that.
Because, I was gonna say there seems to be a few holes in his.
Me too. Nothing.
Yeah, in his in what he's saying.
You know what?
He is stone cold.
I don't think we're getting into a fight. I'll use a chrono shift to redo that.
Someone roll good.
Better.
On the
30-20?
please.
30-20.
They are weak baby men
What is happening here?
It's shiny toys.
with shiny toys.
Like, I mean, if we get into a fight, I die anyway, so might as well go out using things to get information. So,
And, hey, Duke,
even-
just in case, Duke, while we talk, you might want to eat the berries I just gave you.
Even
yeah,
a level
he's
1
staring
character,
them down, and he's like,
Just no.
A level 1 character
just
with
mean
super
mugging
magic
with
item.
I only had
gold
9 of
face
them
mask.
left, so.
Can't
Oh
see
yeah,
them,
you have the mask on, so you're.
under.
okay,
That's
All right.
even better.
what's the verdict?
Okay, so because there's, I think I have to take a little bit of leniencies when it comes to backstories when I don't have all the information that
That's
I would like to have. So if there's something that I say or do in regards to that you don't like, I'm sorry in advance.
okay.
But there could be more information provided to me. Your father doesn't know that you're out on your escapades. That's kind of an important thing, right? That was a question. I know it was a statement. But
Oh
it was actually a
no,
question.
he does know because I'm doing this, like it's like a family thing.
Okay.
So he does know.
Right. Okay.
You know,
But
when
he
you turn
doesn't know
20, it's
he doesn't know
his
exactly-
rebellious face.
He doesn't exactly know what we are doing
Okay.
right now.
So the one thing that both of you know is that your father hates the Raiders of Nyxruinum.
True.
And so based on that information, he has never asked them to do anything. He has commissioned for the king to request for things to get done, and it was them that was assigned to do the things that he wanted them to do. So that's not ringing true, that particular statement.
Another thing I noticed while they were talking, like, I think you believe how we know he figured it out. Like, he's not our mother might have told him, but he's not the one with the actual clairvoyance gift. So then again, he was kind of stating like the father was the one. So I thought that was weird as well.
Right. Exactly.
While I'd like to turn to Zanladir just kind of briefly, like I'm keeping my body forward, like turn my head a little bit. I'm assuming Xanladir's behind us.
Right. He's in the back of the group. He's just shaking in his boots right now, basically. They can't have this. They can't get their hands on it. It's going to fall into the wrong hands, and then it's going to be very bad for everyone. Literally everyone. No one knows about my research, except for a very, very small group. I've kept it that way on purpose. I didn't even tell you about my work necessarily, just about what we might be going to get, and I did tell them what we might be going to get, same as I told you originally. I was waiting to reveal the information until we got here, which I did at the end, once I learned to trust you. And he's looking at you. He's looking right at you.
I'll look back at him.
So what's it going to be here?
Right. Well, you see, I've been in the bounty hunting business for a few years, and I've seen your types a few times here and there. Bounty thieves, bounty stealers, they're called sometimes, where they'll watch some bounties and they'll do very little work, but then somebody else will go and find the person and they'll ambush that person on the way back and collect the bounty for themselves and whatnot. Let's say bounty hunters ain't the best kind of people, but them bounty thieves are real scum, and you look scummy to me right now.
Well, thank you.
That's a weird response to that, but
hang on.
You're clearly just after what we've got. You've said so yourself, but I ain't no way I'm believing you're doing this for some altruistic, good of the people reason. You're clearly just thieves.
Well, regardless of what our reason is in taking it, we will be taking it. Razir, was it? I'm not sure how much you've traversed the world north of this little valley here into the cold depths west and north and somewhat east of Nixruinum, but there are treasure thieves everywhere throughout this world. I'm sure you've seen them. And one person finds something, someone else takes it. It's a finders keepers world that we live in. We just happened to get lucky enough to know that there was this kind of sitting here. You went in and fetched it for us, and we are forever in your debt. But it is something far too powerful to leave in the hands of a few scrubs, such as yourselves.
Thrall would like to walk to the front of the group here. Hang on. I just got one question, though. What'd you do to my dog?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. John Wick.
Right?
You may have experienced murder of crows following along your path on your way here. That was us keeping tabs on you and ensuring that everything was going according to plan. Your mutt is contending with them. Or trying to.
You're attacking my dog right now?
We're not attacking your dog right now.
You're stopping me from getting to my dog.
You're telling me that this large, bulbous creature isn't capable of taking on 100 crows?
Oh, those crows are definitely gonna eat. But you're in my damn way.
I have a question. Who has the soul jar?
Could have sworn Razir had it in his pack.
You do?
Yeah. I'm waiting for the right opportunity.
Okay. I'm like, we need to, if we're looking to make it out of this with that intact, like with the piece, we've got to set Voodoo's free.
Is it possible to like summon him with the jar?
Well, that's I'm
just
hoping,
like whisper to it like,
I'll find out.
Shut up.
I'm hoping that there's going to be this cinematic moment where it's like, free him, And then he's like, he comes in and just. But who knows? Who knows? Feon, I wish it didn't have to be like this. We could. I mean, we are part of the 5 families together. We can work together. But for so many years, we've all hated each other. Why can't that change?
Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends?
I almost just started combat.
Look, we don't need to have a conversation about why the Advinos don't deserve to be part of the 5 families right now, but we all know that you're kind of hanging on by a thread, and the rest of us will move on without you eventually. It isn't to say that the other members of your family aren't useful or have been in the past, but let's be honest. You're out gallivanting throughout the woods, dangers far beyond anything your eyes have seen before, and it's bound to happen to where you'll meet your untimely demise, whether at our hands or at someone else's. So, I don't know that the usefulness of the Adavinos will remain as long as you think they will. And therefore, you aren't really worth it to us, Xander. Now, I will take it by everyone's silence that we have an agreement. So, if you would...
That's a funny way to make a deal.
The thing is that we're not looking for a deal. I think that maybe there's a misunderstanding.
No, your highway robbers come to take what we got, and you think you're entitled to it, and we're gonna just give it to you. But you know, I think we're all in agreement that we don't like you, and we'd rather you get nothing than us hand over anything to you.
Well, just a second. I mean, even if we give it to them, they'd just be cursed.
There could be that.
You're saying that out loud, obviously, as a means of telling.
Oh yes, I am.
That, right? Yeah, I figured. Cursed.
You know, that's right. We were the ones who made the deal, not them.
Yeah.
You know what? Speaking of our deal, I'm going to pull out the jar.
Okay.
I think it's time we make good on it, don't you all?
Before the fight actually starts, I'm asking this out of game. Did we identify the magic items, or did we not?
You sure didn't.
We didn't. All
right. Use them and see what happens.
Speaking of using them, the cudgel isn't made of wood.
Yeah, it is. It is made of wood.
Yay, shillelagh!
Shillelagh!
Just hit him with it. You'll figure it out.
Exactly.
Yeah, it'll do
blows
something.
Up in my face.
I'm gonna shoot one of the special arrows I got. Let's see what happens to him.
It's an arrow of slaying.
Yeah, Razir. I think Razir, I think we should follow through on our end too.
I don't know what that is, but I am running out of patience.
Oh, this is it.
This is what we came here for.
How is that a magical, transportation. Device?
Y'all ain't never seen what
for it. Do you not know how
such can do?
You don't know how magic works? You can put magic in anything.
Y'all
for all the
stuff,
for all the stuff you're wearing, it's
Zanladir, come forward.
You can stay back.
Nah, he ain't coming forward.
We'll come and take him by force if that's what it comes down to. And he lets go of one of the people he's been holding the knife to and hands it over to the gnome or one of the other people that's there. I don't even remember. And then starts walking in your direction.
Let me eat him. Let me eat his face. I want to literally eat his
Guys
face.
are all kind of like standing with Zanladir standing behind most of you.
Berries?
I'll take a couple steps forward.
It's inaction to eat one. Inaction's like 6 seconds.
Yeah, this conversation. You could have been sitting there just putting them in your mouth the whole time.
I have been.
Angry snacking.
I only had 9 left, so you feel 9.
Yeah, because Duke hasn't really been saying very much. That spit you did earlier was probably a seed.
Yeah, Yeah, if you shout it into one of the tin cans at saloons, it makes the ding sound.
Ding.
Love that.
What do we do? What do we do? He's coming over here. I know Razir said you were stepping forward to meet him.
You can haste me. Haste me when it's go
I'm
time.
gonna take a couple steps forward, let him take a couple steps forward, and then I'm gonna smash the soul jar on the ground.
Okay, as he's walking towards you?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
There's a little ding bumps on the floor.
Yeah, it just doesn't break. Hold on.
That's some Guardians of the Galaxy stuff right there is what that
Like
is.
with the
No,
orbs.
that's such a Marvelism. Like an epic moment gets squandered by like a poop
Yeah,
joke.
slapstick.
So,
Yeah.
We're gonna keep going like Trell's Hawkeye, Xandar is Iron Man, and Razir.
I think I'm Star-Lord.
What does this sound like? I've forgotten.
Yes, Duke would be Captain America.
Yeah, I would say Duke's Captain America. Strong sense of
Nice.
justice.
Yeah.
Duke
Justice is very important.
Maybe mildly racist.
What?
Duke is Drax.
Okay.
Doesn't understand joke.
Oh
Very
yeah,
serious
yeah,
all the time.
yeah, I like that.
I could do it. Yeah, Drax. I
Oh,
like.
guys,
Okay.
the song.
Fun.
Uncovering dark mysteries for an hour.
Okay, we're all probably a mix of a couple things. So Duke is Captain America and Drax. Threll is Hawkeye and Rocket.
Please
For
tell
sure.
me. Please tell me this breaks.
Rocket is correct.
I need to know that this breaks. Please.
I'm sorry, but Rocket is clearly. I'm blanking her dog. I'm blanking on the name.
Just as you're about to kind of meet, he's like maybe 10, 15 feet from where you are. You take a step forward and smash the jar on the ground. It smashes into a million pieces, and there's a sound that comes out from it as air comes just pouring in from the outside, and a wind just whips through the entire space. And a voice, which does reverberate, catches everybody off guard. Maybe not you guys, but for them specifically, as they're standing there, like looking around, as Phaon was walking towards you, as a figure apparates in front of you, facing them. And the voice that comes through is, "It's been such a long while." As he
There it is.
as he swirls into existence as this 20-foot tall image of an elven necromancer appears just in front of Razir, facing the raiders. And looking down at them, and just seeing the back of this figure, you know, obviously this is Vudos, but obviously he was
we heard the voice.
trapped in. But he doesn't look like he did before. It's not a 20-foot tall version of what he looked like before. This is something totally different. The outfit is
like
statue, right?
like the statues.
same, exactly. Same like color scheme to the outfit, but obviously not like low in stature. This is a massive, powerful being that's just up into space, and these like darkened, ethereal, like blackened tendrils just wrapping around the outside of this like cloak that billows out along the gravel that extends out around. And the raiders like take a few steps back, and you can literally see on the face of Phaon his mouth like agape as he's staring up at this image. And if you were facing Vudos, you'd know that he has a giant smile on his face as he looks down at the raiders that are there. Well, now it's time for me to take my leave from this place. And he turns around and looks at you. Would you come with me, my new followers?
Well, can you instead? Could you kind of vaporize these other dudes real quick?
I mean, you did say you wanted to redempt yourself. Is that redeem yourself? And they're pretty much bad guys.
Followers may be the wrong verbiage that I've chosen here. You are simply ones who have done me a great service. In fact, I am in debt to you. And I will be. Until
you can start paying it off by killing those dudes.
The the deeds in which I will reclaim favor within for myself and make good on some promises I made do not involve simply slaying wandering adventurers. However, while I will not have those who just recently released me from my 1,000-year chained oblivion, as it were, be needlessly slaughtered. So,
Okay.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'm into that.
Well,
I'm into that. I'll take an escort.
we ain't opposed to a ride out of here. And if you could, those other two that are being held hostage, we wouldn't mind them coming with us as well.
And my dog.
There's also a dog. Yes.
Well, oh right, I didn't know if you were just taking us out of here or what's going on, but yeah, we got a big group of people. Is what I'm saying.
should we take them with us?
Oh, those 5? Nah, they can stay here. Maybe
Right.
they can find something they
in a
want to take
salt
with
jar.
themselves and see what happens.
Oh, that isn't a problem anymore, I assure you.
Oh, for anybody. Oh,
For
right.
anyone. Now that I've
Well,
been... We'll talk more about it after we're out of this unfortunate circumstance that we all find ourselves in currently. Well, looks down at Phaon. It's been... Well, I would say it's been a pleasure, whoever you are, but you look like you need some love. Something that hasn't been shown to you in quite some time. Perhaps take some time to yourself. Maybe a nice glass of warm milk by a fire and a nice pat on the back will help you to realize the absolute baby you've become.
Got him.
And so, Jason is just losing his mind. Okay. What was Razir going to say just now?
I want to, like, as we're about to leave, if I can tell, I just want to be like, oh, right, and one quick parting gift. And I want to just Eldritch Blast him on our way out.
To Phaon, you mean?
Just to see. Yeah.
Okay. Well, so you'll do that on your way. You're not quite... Yeah, you're not
Yeah.
quite leaving
Is he like
yet,
picking
but
us up, or are we walking behind
you'll
them?
find out momentarily.
Okay.
The raiders are
Magic,
all
I'm
just
assuming.
speechless and like take out their weapons, drop the knives on the ground, and have taken out their weapons and like are
Donnie's
preparing
right.
spells.
These guys totally
and
blow.
Well,
Get
just
stuff ready.
just the knives. They're preparing themselves for some kind of battle because they don't know what the heck this is or why.
I thought you were saying they're dropping like all their stuff, like they were surrendering. I was like, oh,
No.
these guys suck.
Nope.
No,
Oh,
they're
they
getting.
do suck. What?
They're getting ready
stands.
for battle.
Yeah.
The look of shock comes over them and then kind of relatively quickly fades away, like almost as though they've faced things maybe similar to this in the past, and they're preparing themselves to go into some pretty crazy battle. But Phaon does kind of like peek around Vudos towards the rest of you. This won't be the last time that we have a conversation. This won't be the last time in which we meet on our terms. And you won't always have this large, dark, whatever this is, to protect you. I don't know how it is that you came up across something so powerful, but...
Well, when you make deals fairly, it's pretty easy, actually. You should try it.
Should try it one day.
But with that, I think we'll be on our way. You guys take care now. And when we get home, we can have a discussion.
He's like, looks like he's still calculating to see how it is that he can get what he wants. He's like having the conversation with you, but like eyeing you, eyeing Zanladir, and is like has his weapon and out, and he's like slowly inching in the direction of Zanladir. And Vudos takes a massive hand and comes down and just scoops him out of the way and pushes him up against the wall, and just he's like literally can't do anything about the fact that Vudos is just holding him against the wall right now. Yeah, it's something out of this world. And he just starts like cursing under his breath and looking over, and Vudos puts his other hand like in an upward motion, and that breeze blows out of the cavern, and you guys feel yourselves lift up into the air as you're carried up and out of the whole of the cavern as you hear Phaon screaming at you words.
As we're passing by Phaon, I just want to go.
You're just gonna stick your tongue out at him. And Razir, I'm sure Razir gets off his one Eldritch Blast.
Birds.
One!
Right
One! I get 2!
His 2 Eldritch Blasts.
Pew, pew!
It's level, baby.
I think it would be totally cooler if you just hit the sides of his head, like not even hit him.
No way!
He kicks his head off.
All right.
2.
And then a 2. Okay, well, 1 lands with oomph. Ooh, max damage. Wow. So he gets off the first little bit
26
of his
force damage.
26 force damage. So before you shot him, the words that he's saying are, "We're going to come for you, Xander. We know what you are. We know what you stand for. We're going to," and he just takes it right in the head. He's not knocked unconscious or anything. He just takes the damage and just you hear the
26 health.
And then
deal the damage. I just want to see how injured he gets. That's not metagaming at all.
No, it makes perfect sense.
This is not the champion subclass feature. Barely injured?
Barely
guys,
injured.
we could have owned these guys. Come on.
Okay, so Vudos actually rises out with you. He's large, but he can definitely fit through the exit. And you guys are all like floating up into the air, and he's like has his hands out now like this, and he's floating up and carrying you with him up to the top. He's also carried the other 2 that were bound. Their bindings just seemingly break. And
as we're out of earshot, I look over at everyone else and go, "What happened? How did I do that? Why was I talking like that? What came over me? I don't understand. Did I do good?"
You had guts there, kid. You did good.
You did great, bud.
You guys are all like levitated down to the ground, and Vudos lands at the top and goes over, and has this presence of being like an omnipotent being, but he just like casually walks over to the top of the cave, and there's a rope that's hanging down, and he just like waves his hand through it, and it just cuts and falls down into the cave.
Nice.
Oh, that was our rope.
Well, whatever. I got more rope.
This guy is awesome. We did the best thing that ever happened to this game, guys. 30 sessions down the road.
So Gade
You definitely won't regret it.
Gade is actually like just sleeping off to the side and was not being attacked by crows. In fact, the 100 crows were sitting like in the clearing with him and like on his head and like pecking him, not hurting him, but just like picking off the bugs and stuff and getting everything out. And as Vudos kind of lands and as he's doing his stuff, all the crows fly over and land on his head and on his shoulders. These are my family. I take good care of them, and they watch over things for me. And I will be leaving and taking them with me. I saw you traveling from a distance. I knew that you would be the ones to save me from my prison. And I thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Question: the crows were like represented Legion, right?
Well,
That was one possibility.
so it was asked what symbolism was represented by a murder of crows, right? And so Legion is what was made the most amount of sense. Vudos, being a powerful necromancer, it kind of makes sense that these would be his crows.
Right, well, I think we're all a bit relieved that you, you weren't completely double-crossing us, as far as we know. And
relieved.
Trap us down there or something, blah, blah, blah. We're glad that things
it's
worked
all
out
fine
the way.
and dandy talking. Might want to get out of here. They're just down the hole. I know they don't have a rope. Wouldn't take much time.
I'm not worried about the little, what did he call himself? Peon. I'm not really worried about the small ones in the cave.
This guy speaks my language.
I do have...
I'm changing my note. It's Fion now. Fion.
You know, we should really get together sometime, exchange spells, exchange notes. I think that would be really, really neat.
Are you asking him out?
He puts it like a finger up, like he's like telling you to shush for a minute, and gets down on one knee, and he's like massive, in his current form, and kind of like puts a giant hand on your shoulder. Xander, you are destined for great things. You might just be the one to save this age. Now, I can't guarantee that, but I see a great power behind your eyes. There's age, wisdom, things that you'll unlock in the future, and you're protected by powerful allies as well. I have confidence that we'll meet again. I have to prepare for the eventual future of this world. That is what I am off to do. I don't have time, unfortunately, to share all of my vast wisdom I've gained over the millennia I've been alive, or unalive, depending on how you look at it. Anyways, I'm off to do that. But just have faith in yourself. The confidence you showed in talking to Peon down there, it was admirable. Try to harness it. Find a way that you can become that. You'll go far. And your friends, they'll help you get there. Now, I've taken you this far. And I appreciate all the help you've done for me. Take your gifts that you've taken from the museum. Enjoy them. Use them. Find your way. When the stars fall, that's when you'll see me again. And he stands up, backs away.
I hope all goes well with your revenge, if that is indeed what you're going after.
Yes, a positive revenge, not a
redemption and whatnot.
It's more of a long game I have to play. We have a little while to go until things reveal themselves.
All right. Well, thanks. Thank you much for the help.
He mentioned the sage. Was that
this age?
Oh, this age. Okay, I was like, who is the sage?
Which is funny because I heard the way he said it, and I was gonna comment/joke about that in character.
Yeah, I was gonna like roll histories. I was like, I don't think I've ever heard that before. Okay, understood. This age, got it.
Sorry.
No, you're good. This guy is sick. I'm gonna cry when we have to kill him later.
So far, he hasn't done anything untoward towards you.
Okay.
Oh, and
little berry juice dripping out of him. Just sorry.
One last thing, just so there's no misunderstanding later. I have no master. I am the master. I apologize for my need to lie.
So what did we destroy?
You destroyed that which kept me in this place. That which kept me in the form that I was residing in for an untold amount of time.
By destroying your jar, does that mean that all the other souls that were in the jars are also freed, or?
No. No, they were imprisoned by he who imprisoned me.
That being?
Yeah, what happened to them?
Is a story for another time.
Figures.
However, if you would like to relieve them of their state, or if you would like to bring them to here, if they are still alive but within the soul jars, you need simply only to use a particular spell while holding one of the jars above that orb to either bring them back to life if they are dead, or to physically summon them to this location. I'll leave it up to you to discover which one that is, so as not to ruin any lives if necessary. Now, I'm going to be on my way. If there are no other questions.
What spell is it to summon people with them jars?
Well, you see, if I just tell you what it is, then I could be leaving it in your hands the fate of many souls that are in there. I've told you what it can do. I prefer to leave it up to you to discover it for yourself, if you're able to.
All right.
Well, thank you for what you've done, and I hope to cross paths again in the future.
I assure you, we will. If you live long enough to see it. And in a flash of crows, just evaporates into nothing, and the crows disperse 100 of them into the sky and fly off in all different directions.
Guys,
everyone gains inspiration.
We have a pocket army. Like, once we figure out that spell, we have a pocket army. If we want
that
to
depends.
use
I'm
it.
pretty sure they would keep their will, stuff like that, so they might just attack us.
Duke's gonna look around. Are there any horses or anything that the other raiders might have brought with them?
They already had a horse.
Also, just really quick, something I think is interesting. We all get inspiration. I basically have 2 free inspiration every long rest. And that's like, I get to just spread those around. Like, everybody can have one.
You're our inspiration.
So taking a quick look around, like off to the left-hand side, like tied up to like 2 different trees, there are 4 horses that are tied up.
Joy.
All right, who's riding who? There's
Well,
going to be a double horse.
Shaku, it's
Looks
been a pleasure.
like the
No, there's enough for each of... Oh, right, Sandlander.
No, we have...
I was gonna say, it looks like them raiders are gonna have to walk back.
There is a shimmering in the air at the top of the cave mouth, and a portal opens up at the top of it, and out steps the gnome from the Raiders of Nixarunum, just at the top of the cave, and like looks over at you guys and like narrows his eyes. Hold on a second. I don't remember.
You said a gnome. I had in my note that it was a halfling.
It's a halfling.
Yeah, it's a halfling.
You know what? Just
Realist, I had male halfling.
It's a halfling. You gotta catch me on my own lore and stuff, because...
Well, you might be mixing me up with what's his face? Jupiter Keep Down. He's a gnome.
Get your lore straight, okay? Yeah, I get it. Where...
Oh, guys. Oh, this is all starting to make a little more sense now.
Yeah.
We'll talk about this.
Quick question: how close are we to the entrance?
You're probably about maybe 100 feet.
Oh, 100. I was like, I could just walk over to the gnome, hit it, halfling, hit him once with my staff, and he just falls down the hole.
Yeah,
because I have pressure.
Yeah.
He has like some kind of device in his hand, and he like holds it out over the edge of the cave, and all of a sudden all the raiders, like there's this like in the air that travels downwards into the cave, and all the raiders come like flying up over the edge and land at the edge of this cave entrance. What are you guys doing at this point?
I thought he said it wouldn't be a problem.
Time to go.
Yeah, time to go.
Get the horses and run.
Get other horses.
Okay. There's 4 horses, and there's 5 of you, and there's Gade. Okay, right.
There's Gade, but there's Zenladir. He'd have to ride with someone, and the
Zenladir rides
follower of
Gade.
Zil and the rebel.
Zenladir rides Gade. That's part of the deal.
Yep.
But we have the other 2 and Shaku if he's coming with us.
Okay. Oh, right, Shaku.
Yeah. Shaku turns into a bird.
All right, Shaku. He doesn't have another wild shape.
He doesn't have another wild shape. Even if he did, he couldn't actually turn into a bird.
He couldn't turn
He
into
was
a
a
bird.
spider when we walked into the entrance. We just had a giant spider king with us when the Raiders were talking to us.
Yeah.
But no, I'm pretty sure the spider wouldn't have been able to fit everywhere. Like through the entrance in the like the orb room, the one with the
I mean, they're only
red, yellow, green.
It's a giant spider.
It's large.
They can squish. It's fine.
It doesn't really make that big of a difference, honestly. It's just more of the visual. Okay.
Just a giant
So are you guys run over to the horses, like you see that the halfling comes through the portal, you immediately run over, cut the horses free, you jump on their backs. They're not happy that you're there.
I have a +7 animal handling.
You're going to talk to all 4 of the horses and ensure them that they are safe in your care and that they should follow you. They're horses. You got on them. You start running into the forest. There are spells flying in your direction. One of which is a fireball that just detonates behind where you guys are. Which there's no such thing as missing with a fireball because you're not rolling to attack with it, but just for the sake of
we're out
the
of range.
Thematic thing here.
The wrong spot.
The Power Ranger style explosion in the background.
Yeah, so you're riding into all of where these dead trees are out in the outskirts of the mountain here, right? And it's just like explosion. You just think of it like a movie, right? You're riding on the horses and kind of going off, and you're firing backwards, and whether you hit them or not, I'm not having them roll damage, so I'm not going to have you roll to hit. If you roll to hit, I'm going to have you roll a dexterity saving throw on the fireball. So
I have so much more range than them.
That's true. I
can just be out of range blasting them for forever.
And they also have probably have the means of catching you guys, and this could be an all-night battle if you want it to be. So
we have horses.
We just
they
saw
don't, so we just kite them, and I just.
Door. We know they at least have access to 5th level spells.
Yeah.
Okay.
That wasn't quite Dimension Door.
Well, the first one was
because Dimension Door, all of them.
Oh, I don't know what the second
Dimension
one
Door is
you can take 1 plus 1.
An extra creature of your size. He's the only small one in the group.
I just don't know what the second one was.
Okay. It was some magic item he had.
Maybe a levitate, maybe
levitation thing.
You don't know what it was.
Who knows? We'll know when we
find
kill
out eventually. Yep, and take all their things.
Okay, so you guys get far enough away, Razir, you can still see and be shooting at them. They eventually duck behind some trees so that you're not just constantly firing at them while they're trying to chase you. You do get the sense after a very short period of time that they have used something, and there is a massive flash of light, almost like a sphere that just like rises into the sky where they were, and they're just gone. They disappear. And that's the end of the chase sequence, because wasn't really a chase sequence at all.
I mean, it's not really a chase sequence when you have 120 move speed, basically.
Yeah.
It was a chase cutscene.
It was a cutscene because I wasn't gonna get into all the. I let you guys escape without the need for rolls and things.
Yeah.
Let's just put it that way, because
It was a quick time event.
it was cool.
Yeah. We chose to get on the horses, so we got away.
Also,
like those, Quarry, the game, like you choose the different actions.
Yeah.
I didn't want to make you roll with the thought that if you failed, it was just going to make it drag on longer and not be as cool. I'd rather have it just be a cutscene, and call it a day.
Hey, no need to explain yourself. I thought it was dope.
Sweet.
Especially that entrance from Vood.
Okay. So, just to kind of get it over with, I guess, at a certain point, as you realize that they're gone now. I don't know if you're just gallivanting away, or if because you have these two prisoners that were with you, but we'll get to that in a second. Sheku, decides that he's going to take his leave from the party, having experienced the adventure he wished to. I don't know if there's anything that you would have asked of him, but what he does...
Give us all of your things before you leave? No.
That's fine. Let me just...
well, it was nice cave diving with you. Good to have you along. I hope your travels treat you well. That's it.
And he returns in kind. He does... to each member of the party, as you guys probably like slowed down for a moment on the horses, he gives each member of the party a small satchel with some crushed herbs on the inside. Doesn't explain what they do, but he tells you that he has a few gifts for a few of you, and as he gives them to you, he says that if you were to smoke them, that they give you something pleasurable that you'll be able to experience. To Duke specifically, he walks over to and hands Duke a different colored satchel full of something for you to smoke, and says that when you're ready to get the answers that you're truly looking for, to smoke this.
Thank you.
Duke is gonna go on their trip.
Immediately lights up.
I'm ready now.
And then, lastly, he goes to Razir and gives Razir a different satchel of something to smoke, and says, well, man, what did he tell me to say? I've forgotten now. When you get together and decide to do the next one, let me know and smoke this. And then hands Razir another small little bag.
Who got the first satchel? Is that
everybody got one of a generic kind that is designed for a pleasurable experience. Duke got a special one, and then Razir was handed this last one, which is specifically in regards to when you're ready for the next one. Is all he said.
Add custom item, generic satchel of bowls.
Add custom item.
Just write down weed.
Blunt of Shaco summoning.
Exactly. Oh, that's He definitely didn't say satchel or sack. He definitely called them blunts. He definitely did call them blunts for sure. Yep.
So generic Ziploc bag of blunts.
Yeah, just a Ziploc bag with.
Actual like plastic Ziploc bag.
Well,
we're like, what is this material? What is this? How did you make this material? And it's like, I don't know, man.
For the generic one, it is only one per person.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then it's just blunt.
Singular. Yep.
Blunt of answers.
Okay. So then Shaku doesn't need a horse and decides to walk off into the woods by himself, away from the group, bidding everyone a farewell and hope to meet again in the future.
Never seen or heard from again.
And who knows? Anyways, now that I just wanted to get that out of the way. Now, what are you doing? Where are you going? Are you stopping? Are you resting?
Should we just go back to Beacon?
I think we would at least keep moving at a good pace for a little while, just to make sure there's plenty of distance. And then probably take it a little slower. Probably keep traveling. It should be like early in the day, so we've got the day ahead of us.
We should.
Right.
I believe you have the sending stone right here.
Yeah, I will contact.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
We should all be dead. Is that it?
No, it's... Yeah, I said to myself, make a note that Nicodon would contact the group, and I never made the note. I've been thinking about it all week, and I just forgot, and now you brought it up, and
I believe we did contact him when we arrived at the cave, like after Dude was revived.
But haven't you long rested twice since you've been here?
We long rested after we arrived there. After just
but it was within a
after
day.
calling him. Then we long rested in the museum.
Right. Well, in the loot room, and then
the golem room.
And then the golem room and the spider room.
Spider room. Yep.
Yeah.
So that's twice in one day. So
it would have been 3 times.
It's
since we actually called him.
Right. It's been at least 24 hours since you've spoken to him, for sure, if not longer, because there was
like a day and a
exploration.
half.
Yeah,
so
probably a day and a half.
He just wanted to check in once. It probably would have happened after the long rest and the spider thing, which would have been before the battle, which is funny. Actually, no, there would have been 3 in the morning at that point.
He'd be up
during the long rest.
You know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So you guys are contacting him?
Before we contact him,
once we sit to rest at some point,
actually,
I think.
I was going to say right now, the Raiders of Nixruna, we know they tried to screw us over. I see 2 possible targets with that. They go back to Nixruna or to Beacon. So I was going to say, do we try and go somewhere else? Try gather a strength, something like that, get stronger?
Or just ask him over the sending stone.
Yeah, that's
like just be like,
ask him and warn him that the Raiders might be coming. That's why I wanted us to have this conversation before the call.
Yeah, I'll let the mayor know our trip was successful. We're on our way back. The Raiders of Requiem tried to stab us in the back. We escaped. Watch out for them.
But
let us
do
know
we actually go back to Beacon?
There.
I mean, we're gonna have to. We're gonna have to.
Yeah,
he gets to respond. So I'll. Yeah, we don't really have anywhere else to go at the moment, but part of it'll be let us know if they've shown back up there and warn us. So in our couple days of travel back, we can decide where we want to go, at least.
Remember, 25 words.
So are you?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I
this
think
is like an hour of travel away from the mountain. Maybe not that much. 20 minutes, if that.
We would ride fast for a while to get space, and then I think we would keep traveling for the day. What are you
doing with the 2 hostages that were damaged?
Oh, right. We would talk to them at some point.
I mean, I could create more berries and force feed them.
Yeah, they're not unconscious, right?
No, they're not unconscious. I mean, you get the sense they probably don't have a whole lot of great information, but the thing is that you cleared out, you fulfilled the deal by clearing out the museum for their purposes. They also saw Vudos.
After we were... That's right. So after the initial escape, and as we're riding quickly, or right after we do, we'd probably address them.
Okay.
Y'all all right?
And it's,
I never met these 2. I wasn't here that session.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So I do not know these people, so I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut.
Elwyn Bragion is the male elf, and then there's he's the follower of Zill, and then there's the female human member of the rebellion, Liari Ranzuman. So he just remarks that he's okay and that he could be they'd like to go back to the museum if the other raiders are gone, and thanks you for your help, unless you want to actually RP and have questions for them and stuff. Or
well, that depends. Quick question: the rebellion, they're against the king of the Islasnarian.
They're in opposition to the chainless.
Oh, the chainless, all right.
Which sounds to me like the same thing.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I was gonna say, do we tell them about the fact we found the captain of the guards of Islasnarian in the sewers making deals with the chainless, and we kill them, or do we not say that? Tell them that.
We don't know the rebellion. Like,
yeah, you really don't know. You don't know anything about the rebellion, really.
Like, I don't want to start dishing out information to folks that might not do the right thing with it. Like, we don't know a thing about these people.
Just wanted to get that out there.
This nice, honestly.
All right.
Although I think we should stand with the rebellion, like, of what we know right now, but we don't, like, at this point, anybody could be involved. The leader of the rebellion could be involved with the Chainless. Like, we really have no idea. Like, so it's better right now to just keep our mouths shut, I think.
Yeah. I don't know if we have too much to talk about. I think it's just going to be like, all right, well, we finished our end of the bargain. We appreciate what you did for our friend. It's cleared out for the most part. There might be one side room with a boat. We didn't touch that. You can go around it, no problem.
Watch out for the whole main room.
Yeah, there's a bit of traversal you'll need to do. I think we're all assuming the individual you're looking for is way at the bottom. The fancy bridge that can appear actually should still be up. Stick to the left side when you come in. Only the left side.
Okay.
You might go boom otherwise.
Might go boom. Well,
do we have any extra good berries or any spells?
Well, I could trade a few more. Like, I haven't used actually any spells today.
And we're about to long rest.
If we go back to our camp, we have like our satchels. They didn't take our things. They were just using us as bait or, as hostages. And, it's actually not the first time we've run into the Raiders of Nyx Ruinum.
They're mean.
Well, they've never done anything like this that I've seen before. I've never heard of them doing anything like this before, but yeah, they came in and we said hello. They didn't say anything. It's almost like they knew exactly what they were doing. They were operating with like precision that they just walked in and immediately just like beat us up, took us, bound us, and brought us down. And then we were sitting there for hours waiting for you.
This probably ain't the first time they've done something like this.
Oh, it's not.
So anyways, we can take care of our own wounds. I know we just rode like however long in this direction. We can just walk back. I guess it's not that far.
Hold on. Calculating. If we get Sparrow, we have a spare horse.
Yeah.
Do we want to?
Well, we could.
Yeah, y'all can take one of the horses. We got enough.
Oh, that's really kind of you. I know we were a little strict on following the rules earlier as far as that trade and that deal that we made, regarding your friend's life and all of that. We do have to follow the code, although now, we've had a near-death experience. I'm a little more apt to just have genuine appreciation for your help, despite the fact that we weren't unkind, but you get the sense of what I'm trying to say.
It's
all right. Y'all weren't unreasonable. It's fine.
You guys take care of yourselves, and if you guys need a hand again, we might be there.
Right.
And it seems like our lines of work kind of run into each other a lot, so...
Yeah. The followers of Zil do have a strict code, and we remember things like this. I'll pass it along to Zil himself. That you are a worthy ally. Something that perhaps we'll be able to work together in the future. Zil might want to meet you, in fact, actually. Depending on whether or not this resurrection is successful, so...
Quick, out of character question. I believe we owed the followers of Zil like a diamond worth like 200 gold, something like that.
Don't mention it. No, I think we owe them just a chunk of money. I think it was.
No, it was the diamond, wasn't it?
Yeah, we interrupted their resurrection ritual.
Diamond worth 1,000.
We just owe them the
worth
money.
1,000? It wasn't
or
worth
500.
1,000.
500, I think it was.
Yeah, but they had multiple diamonds, so
They
It's
left one
total-
behind that we just took.
Yeah, but the one
They didn't
of
mention
them
that.
was the one they lost when they were trying to do the ritual,
When
which
we
only one was
broke in.
consumed at the time.
Yeah.
And I think they had 2 of them, so it'd be like 500 gold, maybe.
I still have that diamond worth 500 gold in my possession.
Yeah.
I think
that one they just forgot and
Right.
left behind.
That's correct.
We
But they-
forgot.
500
Right,
gold.
right, but I think 2 diamonds were wasted in the attempt to resurrect Wiley Neal that you guys interrupted. I'm pretty sure it was 2. I'd have to
Might
go
have
back
been
and
you do.
check.
I said 1 because the one I remembered. I think it was Razir entered the room,
and
shot
shot
an
it.
Eldritch Blast, went through the diamond, it just turned to dust. Maybe that's
Okay.
why I remember. And the other one was also consumed, but only remember the one.
Maybe-
I might very well.
anyways,
very well be wrong.
He didn't bring it up in this
It's
conversation.
1,000 gold.
$1,000.
Yeah, I thought it was 1,000.
Okay.
Yep.
That was the number I had in my head.
Yep.
But he didn't mention it. He's happy to have his life. You guys rescued them essentially and provided them with the means of completing their mission, which was obviously to carry out some kind of resurrection inside the museum. So, yeah. So they take their leave from you and start making their way back on the horse that you've gifted them, and just thank everyone. And they're on their way.
Safe travels.
You guys can talk about what you want to do. I need to go put my daughter to bed, and so we're gonna
Is
take
it safe to say we're long resting, guys?
You're gonna just walk out immediately
At the end of
long
the
rest
travel
and
a day, at least.
At the end of day travel, yeah. End
Yeah.
of day
But
travel.
I mean, I believe he's asking that so we can do it.
Oh.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
We do our level up.
Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead and take your level up.
Okay.
Yay!
Great.
Yep. Yep.
Nice, guys.
We
Guys,
have busted
that was so
good
cool.
berries now.
That was so cool. Oh,
Yeah, that was really cool.
Vudos is pretty sweet, huh? That was pretty
good timing too, Eric. That
Yeah.
timing was
Yeah.
so sick.
I as soon as I saw them there, I was like, I knew I was gonna break it at some point during that encounter.
Right.
Let's go.
So, we're gonna say that you basically have the ability to have a full day's travel before needing to take a long rest, and I think it was a half a day. So you're kind of like halfway in the square. So it's still gonna be 1, 2, 3. We'll say 3 more days. So you'll get the first day of travel, no problem. You get your long rest. You're just basically traveling back along the same path. I am gonna have somebody, because you're still traveling. After you dropped the people off, they went back to their little camp and did their thing. Somebody can roll a survival check to follow the same path backwards that from whence you came, kind of meandering maybe away from the tower where you met up with Cerberoth, or are you guys want to go back and check on that, or what do you want to do?
No,
Because that's kind of where you are right now. What did you say?
So I don't want to go look at the tower.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm
we-
avoid
also not interested in the
Yeah.
tower. I'm interested in getting back.
Mm-hmm.
Is anybody
And
taking any? Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say I get a +1 because of the map I got in the beacon.
Yep.
It's 23.
23. Okay. So easy enough without too much trouble, kind of making your way back. Nothing eventful occurs. It is a full day's travel, though. I just want to check one thing. Somebody roll 2d10 for me. This is just to see whether or not weather delays your day's travel here.
Oh,
So
why
Thrall-
don't I use Druidcraft to tell what the weather's going to be for the next day?
For this day? Or for the next 24 hours, you
The
mean?
next
Or how does...
24 hours, the orb will tell me what the weather's going to be like.
Orb.
Gonna ponder the orb.
I'll ponder my orb.
Well, the weather...
Precious.
on this journey is determined by your 2d10 roll. So
roll the 2d10.
I get a head up about it though.
You rolled a 6?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, well, it doesn't count because we weren't doing anything here before your long rest. So that's yeah. So it's a clear day, which is what your Druidcraft tells you.
Alright, cool.
What did everybody take for levels, by the way?
Druid.
Life cleric.
Monk.
Yes.
Warlock.
Yes.
Guess.
Yeah.
Guess.
You could have. I heard yes.
Did Thrall
I thought he
already
said
have?
yes.
Yeah. Did Thrall already have a level in Druid?
No.
Interesting.
Circle of stars incoming.
This is the start of something interesting.
Unlocking my full potential.
Hmm.
You haven't even seen my final form.
Or multi-classing into Oblivion.
I might just stop at Druid too. Maybe I'll go into something else. How about Barbarian?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Multi-classing
Barbarian.
into Oblivion. Okay. Uneventful. Are you guys taking any time during your first night of camping to take any time with these items?
Distribute.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have 2 hours each, right?
Yeah, we've got multiple
Right.
days.
But I mean,
Get 'em all and then
we have
pick
2
which
hours.
one.
Razir has 4. He couldn't fight them by himself.
Yeah.
Would you prefer that I put the items in Discord instead of in Zoom?
Yes.
Yes.
Sure. That way we can go back if we need.
Because
Okay.
I believe earlier I copy pasted the whip, right? Yeah, I did.
Oh, did I put the name of the whip in there?
Nope.
Can I add to your message? I cannot.
Cannot just put it below the window. Whip of the blue worm. I'm a worm.
Okay.
So Razir was taking the whip since Duke was sadly not proficient with it.
Oh my god, dude. That's like That is-
nasty.
that is
Holy-
awful.
Is that the barbed one?
Yeah,
Or is
that's
it
the barb one,
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Row of unpleasant herbs.
It's Shaku. Shaku. It's a
The herbs are only
arrow.
unpleasant, but that arrowhead is nasty.
Oh my god, dude. No, if I got that in me, I'd call it quits. I would just cry.
I'd be like, oh
That-
no, just
Yeah,
end it.
Just leave it.
No.
Just leave it, dude. Don't touch it.
Leave it or push it all the way through. Get it out.
It's actually pretty good. Holy.
Poisonous herbs.
Wow, that's crazy good.
Yeah. But I see kind of because it's
Incapacitated.
a DC 15 con save. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not too high, and con's pretty high on a lot of things that
Yeah.
you tend to fight.
Well, when you have basically reroll everything with you.
Yeah. And I mean, I
That's
could
good.
also bane them if yeah.
Crimson Starfall arrow. Oh. Oh.
Wow. Holy. That's
Use your health
crazy.
to hurt them.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
That's pretty ridiculous.
I also thought it was
Use
really
this
cool.
feature of the arrow if you don't have blood.
Ah. Sorry, champ.
Sorry, sorry, Rosaria.
Oh, man. Hey, I definitely have blood
Does black ooze really count?
somewhere. It may or may not be my blood.
The blood. No, he has blood. It's just like across the kingdom, like across the continent, somewhere in another body.
What do you mean another body?
Oh, that's the spear.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
There's a no thought.
One.
Wow, it's a tracking spear. That's crazy.
Oh. Oh, plus it's just an extra d6.
Yeah.
Free Hunter's Mark.
I mean, I feel like a Duke could use a spear pretty well, right?
Yeah. Oh, the cudgel. Humble cudgel of temperance. Ooh.
Wow, that's pretty good too. These are all pretty
Poison
good,
on
dude.
fruit. Oh, and if they're already poisoned, they...
I just wish our DM gave us more gold.
We have 2,000 gold right now.
It's just a shame we don't have more gold in our possession.
I mean,
So, in my
technically,
opinion,
it's in my possession right
That's
now.
funny.
Gold.
in my opinion, this dungeon was a haul
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
We got a lot of stuff.
Oh
Uh-huh.
yeah, no, for sure. I'm just playing around. I mean, we got a lot of good stuff.
I'm trying to indicate through the gifting of all these things that dungeons hold lots of loot in them, as opposed to the standard finish the whole dungeon and get one really cool item. This is like stuff and things.
What
This is
you're
stuff.
really telling us is we should ignore the main story and just go dungeon diving.
Just do
all
dungeon
the time.
diving. Well, maybe the dungeons will be along the way. Who knows?
Maybe the true adventure was the dungeons we made along the way.
That's funny.
What I need is to find a way to duplicate the arrows in some way. Some kind of magic quiver that allows me to use them.
Hey, Alex.
Maybe.
Hey, how's that episode of the Kardashians coming along?
I was typing a backstory, thank you.
Wow.
Don't you feel silly.
Don't you feel silly now?
Almost like Phaon did when Vudos was laying it on him.
Oh my god, that was ridiculous.
The
Vudos
beatdown.
was really just beating down on this guy, man. Like, it was so good though. I'm a big fan personally. I can't.
I
stand
didn't know how that was going to turn out, because I didn't know if you guys were going to try and leave with the jar and not break it, or
I mean,
that could have gone down
had to
a
break
lot of
the
different
jar.
ways.
We basically had to break the jar, otherwise we would have been bound to whatever. Like, because we didn't know that he was lying about the master thing.
Yeah.
Like, so we.
It also may have still been a curse that was active
Yeah.
that he canceled once he was free.
Alright, so guys, I'm assuming I'm taking the cudgel because it's made of wood.
No, I want the cudgel. It's mine. Give me the cudgel.
Yeah, melee club wizard.
I mean, we all know from the old Coda days that, druids and range
Dude,
casters.
melee druid works.
Melee caster.
Melee druid works. I'm telling you.
Melee druid can work. Druid specifically, absolutely.
Just not the way that Coda was being a melee druid. That's all.
Yeah. Okay, so cudgel to Louise, spear to Duke.
See.
Get a free hunter's mark on your spear stuff. We all got
Almost
two
spear
arrows.
So many things.
I got 4.
And then I guess I'm taking the whip.
Everybody got something except for Xander.
That's all right. I got extra
yeah, but-
spells. I'm happy.
I was gonna say somehow Xenodir dies in sleep and Xander gets a watch.
Yeah. He'll be like, I trust you now, Xander. You'll
Or
do
he's
more
like-
with this.
Done with
Doesn't need it
this
anymore.
thing, and I don't need it anymore. Token of gratitude, here you go.
All
Who knows?
or we
Who
can
knows?
kill him and take it. All
Who knows?
plausible scenarios.
We could do
All
that.
possible scenarios.
Technically, an option we have is go the murder route.
Speaking of money, did Xenodir pay us before or
No,
was it after?
nope. And I
Yay,
believe
we're
it
gonna
was,
get an extra 75
it was
gold.
75 gold. It was agreed upon. So
Is that a piece
Yeah.
or total.
I believe it's
Total.
Yeah. So do you want me
For the
to add
group.
that to the pile in the portable hole?
Speaking of
And
which,
it's just something. It's 75 gold.
Yeah.
are you guys doing anything with that chest, or you can't do anything?
We're not going to touch that till we get back to town and get some
Why don't we,
thieves' tools, and we got some shopping.
Get a
in town.
thief. Get a thief
Yes,
with us.
find a nice looking fire
Warlock
genasi in town.
thief.
hey, because that sum, the 75 is such a, it's a pretty low number. I'm gonna take my 15 gold share for pocket money instead of adding it to the 6 billion that's in the hole.
I guess we could just
50,000?
pop 15 each instead of adding it.
All right.
You gotta have walking around money.
I mean, I have 74
Unless
gold.
you get mugged.
Out of walking around money.
I don't think people want to mug us.
I mean, the Raiders are just literally just trying
just
to mug
tried.
us.
They were doing other stuff, and I think at our full strength, we probably could have beat them.
Honestly, I'm
The Raiders?
I'm inclined to
Why not?
agree with Donnie. I feel like if I got a good rhymes off on them, I think we could have actually taken them if I got a good rhymes binding ice off.
You don't think they have counterspell?
No, they don't have counterspell. These guys are schmucks.
Do they have counter getting stabbed in the face? No.
And I mean, Tim, we have 2 people with counterspell. They could just counterspell their counterspell.
That's true.
Double counterspell.
I'm
And
sure
then
they
somebody
do
else
as
tried to
well.
counter that counterspell. And
And
the
then
other
the
one
other
counters it.
counterspell. It's a
Counterspell wars.
I mean, is there a world where you could have killed them? Probably.
Yeah.
In a,
Yes,
in a
if we roll all 20s, they roll all
Yeah.
ones.
And in a simulation, that battle 1,000 times over, I don't think there's more than a very small handful where you guys come out victorious against those guys.
You're
right now.
doing the Doctor Strange thing right now.
So you know what you're sounding like? You're sounding like you're giving me odds, and I'm a gambling man. Okay, you know those coin pusher games at the arcade?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
those suck.
once won $20 off of it and poured it all back into the game and lost it all. So don't ever give me the
All right,
odds.
so Jason,
Don't tell
never
me the
go to
odds.
Vegas.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I'm not allowed to go to Vegas. That's something I put on myself. I can't go
Yeah.
to Vegas.
So why don't you
Vegas,
use
or
your
what was it, Atlantic City? Is it the other one?
why don't you use your chronomancy to reverse time and go back and fight him then?
You're right.
We'll see how
you're
it goes
right.
down.
With the level up and the healing, right?
Exactly.
And Gade's there now.
All of a
Gabe's
sudden.
gonna carry us.
Okay. So, seeing as you guys are just heading back and we still have a little bit of time before we have to call it for the night, you want to move on to the next full day's travel, so we'll get an actual 2d10 roll, and Thrall rolled, or Donnie rolled last time, so somebody else can roll.
I can't attune to the custom weapons, huh?
Oh yeah, you guys can. The thing is so I'm not well versed in how to add items on D&D Beyond. I tried it like once,
It's annoying.
So weird.
and it's
It
not
sounds annoying.
great. So you would have to add the custom item and do it to the best of your ability, and then just kind of remember what it does. It's like having a pencil and paper character sheet and writing the stuff down and having to
Yeah.
do stuff in your head.
We
Do the
got
math.
three. We got 3 attunements.
Does the spear require attunement?
Sure does.
Oh, okay.
Spear does. Yeah.
You'd think I'd know, being the one who put it in the
The
game.
spear
but-
does. The whip does as well.
Hey Donnie, how about those arrows?
Those are pretty neat.
Yep, I thought
I
you'd
can't wait to never use them because I'm worried about using them all up.
Like in Skyrim with the potions.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just like any RPG and any amount of consumable item.
Yeah.
just use them. They're cool. You're gonna fight something nasty, and
You're
gonna
gonna
wanna
wait
use them.
too long to use them, and once you start using them, people are gonna have ridiculous con save.
and
they're just gonna be wasted.
resistances, and yep.
Yeah.
Legendaries and stuff. Yeah.
But hey, you have them. I don't think had there been any items that you'd gotten throughout all this that much. I don't think you'd really gotten anything.
I got
Thus.
3 fire bullets and the onyx digger hammer.
Yeah, did you actually identify it? Or long resting?
Oh, the hammer?
Yeah.
No, I just guessed what it did and it worked.
Well, so
I'll do that on the next.
Felix is asking if there was time in there if you wanted to take some time.
I have to do 2 arrows, so no.
I'm just going to be upfront with you about this. I have not typed up a stat block or a list for that particular item yet, but I can do that. I can add that to my list of things, so you can add it to your sheet and actually.
If it has other special properties besides just being able to smash onyx, I guess you'd need to.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, neat.
I know what it does, but it'd be better to have it typed up.
It smashes onyx and the wood for some reason.
If it's is it a weapon? Because I was kind of thinking it was just like a tool.
It is just a tool, but it's a magic tool.
Okay,
Though.
but it does cool other tool stuff.
Well, I mean, anything is a weapon if you try hard enough.
It's got a screwdriver attachment on the other end with like little bits and stuff. You know?
it's a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, it's got like an 11 in one. It's magnetized, so you don't lose your screws.
There's a small ruler on the shaft.
Okay, so on a roll of 11 from Louise for the next day's travel, the weather, it gets cloudy outside as you guys are traveling along. I'm going to ask for a survival check to follow your trail back, and this will
Leslie, do we really need to do this?
I'll give Louise the help action in survival. Because I am also survival proficient.
Okay.
But he has one more than me.
Do we actually need to roll to see if you follow the trail back? Is that what you asked? Oh, my goodness.
I peed on that tree.
Yeah, mark my territory here.
So, obviously you're able to follow the trail, but that doesn't change the fact that the weather does come in. It is a day of hail. There are golf ball-sized hailstones that rain from the sky, causing you on a few occasions, unless you want to start taking damage from them, to have to kind of pull over and try to take refuge under some trees, try to have a way. Somebody right now is about to say, "Oh, I have this spell that totally negates the hail." I'm just waiting for it to pop out right now.
I've control weather.
So I've got tiny hut guys. But if we're not gonna be out here, it doesn't matter.
Anyway, so it costs an extra day of travel. That is the hail impediment on an 11.
Do you know how much damage a golf ball sized hail would do
to your skull? Yeah.
That wrecks cars. That wrecks buildings.
Yeah.
Eventually, it wouldn't kill you if you just laid out in it.
That's what I'm saying.
We had softball size hail in Colorado before.
It's not all golf ball size hail, but it's some of it, and in random occasions where you have to pulling over and causing you that extra day of travel. So I'm going to keep the token where it is on the map because of that, and we'll move on to the next day of travel. Unless you guys want to.
Who rolled an 11?
You guys are almost at the power level now where a lot of things that would be trying to ambush you in the night are video game-esque style, kind of being kept at bay, so to speak. Plus, you've already traveled this region. When we travel in other areas you haven't been to before, then we'll kind of go through the night cycles again. I'm just trying to expedite this travel process back, so it's not like this every time we want to travel across the map. However, I do want to roll for encounters because there's some cool things that might happen. So, who's rolling the next time?
I will.
Or weather?
Well, this isn't rolling for just weather, but
what am I rolling?
A 2d10.
2d10s.
10.
16.
Double A's.
It's pretty towards one end of the.
Yes, it is.
Well, I mean, it should be good because when we're at the low end, that's when we encountered the demon. What's his face? I don't know.
Interesting.
Uh-oh.
Interesting.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Been a while.
Okay, there it is.
Just take a long rest button.
Oh yeah, you guys obviously could do that.
Hey, now my life and my good berries are broken now. Fuck.
Okay. You travel on for this extra day of travel. At a certain point, you come across a large clearing in the trees. So you're just traveling through miles and miles and miles of dense forest, here and there, kind of picking up on some of the wildlife that's here, although significantly diminished, as I had mentioned previously, because of it being the post-apocalyptic world that it is. There's not a whole... They try to avoid people and things so as not to be killed or eaten. This large clearing in the center of it has a large, what looks like a Venus flytrap, with a massive sack of gold that's spilled out on the inside of it. And you can see it in the center of this clearing. And it's like you didn't see this on the way here. You pass, I mean, there's clearings that you pass all the time, you know, as you're traveling through. There's like a little one here, a big one there, trees falling down, logs and vines and things all throughout the space, but you didn't see this before. Yeah, it's like a pinkish purple coloration. There are like teeth, but obviously it's a plant, so it like a Venus flytrap, kind of just open in the center of this clearing with the sun kind of shining down directly on it and the gold glinting on the inside of its mouth. That's there. It looks like a very obviously laid trap somehow.
Does anyone have Mage Hand?
I do.
Oh,
and with Louise's passive perception at coming up upon this, the other thing that Louise notices specifically, probably Thrall, based on your proficiency in survival, there are a number of other small plants that look like they're miniature versions of this, kind of sprawling out throughout on the outskirts of the clearing, and they're not staying still. They are moving somehow. The plants are just like swaying slightly, but as they're swaying, they're like slowly moving around the outskirts of this clearing. And the clearing across is probably 80 feet across.
Probably backtrack a little and go around this. It's obviously a trap.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a
The
trap.
plants are obviously going to try and eat us.
Well,
Quick question: how much space do the plants actually occupy?
The little ones would be considered mediums. They're
No, I meant like how much in the forest, like is like to the center, it'd be like 50 foot, stuff like that. So like the big one from like the edge where the small ones are.
from where the small ones are to the
To
middle.
The middle, the bigger one.
Yeah, it's about 50 feet approximately.
Could you just Mage Hand with your spell sniper, Rasier? Isn't that 60
Spell
feet?
sniper doesn't work with Mage Hand. It has to be a spell with attack roll.
Attack roll, yeah.
It was 50 feet away, you said?
You'd have to be right up on top of those little ones in order to be 50 feet from the center.
All right.
You have to be standing right next to them.
Yeah, then let's just go around it.
I can't shoot it from here.
I can also shoot
I
it
was-
from
I
here.
was- I
all
was
the way
gonna
from
say-
there.
I was gonna say we could detect magic, see if it's an illusion. If it's not an illusion, we put the immovable rod in its mouth and just start picking up gold. What's it gonna do? Close its mouth? It withstands 2,000 pounds of force.
Well, I mean, the rod's only like this big.
It's
Yeah.
18
You'll
inches.
still be able to.
Yeah, and I was
That's
gonna
3
say
feet.
instead of
That's-
doing
That's
that,
enough for me to fit through.
3
I mean-
feet.
3 feet.
18
What?
inches.
It's a
Oh,
feet and a half.
I'm sorry. You're right.
36.
Foot and a half. I'm a little silly. I'm a
But
little
I mean,
quirky.
we could just stand
I'm
30
a
feet
quirked up
away.
white boy.
You could mage hand and grab it that way.
Yeah, but then we're still in the clearing and all the
Yeah,
small
that's
ones.
why.
Yeah, let's just go around it, dude. Not worth the
Do we
time.
really need to spend all this time for just money? We got
Yeah, not worth the time.
I mean, I kind of want to launch an Eldritch Blast into the big one in the middle to see what it does.
Do
Yeah, why
it
not?
when we're around them and starting to head out.
Yeah, we're on the beacon side of this thing.
What are they gonna do? Chase us or plan?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to, from like as far as I can see this thing, like at the farthest point I can be while still having a line of sight with this big plant in the middle. So definitely
Because of
outside
how-
the small plants.
Right, because of how dense it is, you're not going to get 600 feet away from this thing and be able
No.
to still see it. But
I
I'd
might.
say, okay, probably. Yeah, I mean it's. And still be able to have a shot. I'd say you'd be 100 feet from it, which means you're 50 feet outside of the clearing.
That's fine. I'm okay with that. There's,
Okay.
I'm looking around. There's no, the small plants aren't around this area. They're a little closer to the clearing, right?
They're about they're moving in kind of a circular motion, and the closest one is about 50 feet from you, approximately.
Okay, so they're like just around the edge of the clearing. Got it.
Yeah.
I'll do my blast from here.
Okay.
Oh,
Make an attack roll.
It's pretty good. That's not as good.
Okay.
Who's
First
behind
one hits.
Razier?
Or in front of him, you mean, right?
Max damage, 16 force damage.
Force damage.
Well, it would be behind
Ooh.
since he's shooting behind the other way. We're going the other order right now.
So it fires off, and it's like, I don't know if it's silent or not, but I just envision just this like beam of through, and then strikes it, and then the mouth immediately closes down, and the gold goes like scatters all around the area, and it's like munching on the gold and the bag, and the gold is going flying. Two of the little ones that are there immediately turn and start booking in your direction. I know that you were shooting and then immediately running, I'm assuming is what you were doing, right? Kind
If
of.
we saw something cut at us, we'd probably start moving away, yeah.
Okay. There are two little purple needles that come flying in your direction. I need you to make 2 dexterity saving throws, please.
How dare. $16 and definitely not a nat 1. Oh no.
Okay.
Wait, is it poison? Oh no, it's dexterity. It couldn't be poison. I was gonna say you have resistance against poison.
I do have resistance.
Me too.
Oh, I have advantage on being poisoned.
Well, this particular thing isn't poison. However, you are going to be making 2 con saves, and which you'd have advantage against. You do take 4 points of piercing damage from the 2 little needles. So I need
16 didn't save? Wow, okay.
It did not against this. No.
Okay. 2 con saves with advantage. Why? Why is that so bad?
Oh boy.
Is that also not good? What the heck?
Well,
Okay.
I can let you reroll the first one.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. So one more roll.
More roll. That's much better.
Okay. There is some poison that would have coursed through your body, but you shrug it off. You feel it kind of come over you, and interestingly enough, it's not just poison, but there's a voice that enters into your mind as the poison begins to try and creep its way through you. Just a little bit of a whisper that just says, "Come."
Oh, some
No.
hive mind stuff.
And it was like this little bit, tiny bit of an urge, and then you shrug it off.
No.
However, the rest of them the swarm now starts making its way in your direction, and you guys on horseback are obviously a lot faster than they
120
are.
feet per round.
Yeah. So in the very first round, you're out of their range, and you hear them like scampering through the underbrush and trying to travel towards you, and you escape and move on with the rest of your day.
Right.
Too bad on all that gold that was inside of that thing.
Next time we just fireball the plants.
Are they vulnerable to fire?
Should be.
They're vulnerable to being dead, I think.
They're not vulnerable to fire. No.
Basically nothing as vulnerability.
Yeah, he's riding on Gade with you.
He's with you.
He requested
That was part of the
specifically.
deal.
Behind me.
He requested to ride on Gade,
Yeah.
whether you were on Gade or not.
You're just gonna push Trail aside and ride on Gate alone.
Okay.
Oh, Gade would eat him.
So I will just go ahead and remove that encounter. The map and everything that I prepared for it. Okay, next.
He lies. We rolled this.
We could go back.
You could go back and fight it, and yeah. Anyways,
Later.
all right. So that is that day's travel. This is the next to last days of travel now. So I need another 2d10 rolled from somebody else in the party.
Here's 1d10. Somebody else can do the other half.
I'll do it.
Yeah, I was gonna say this feels like an Alex job.
Yeah.
Another 16. No.
No.
So
14.
14.
On another 16, you see the same exact clearing.
We're going
in a circle.
I don't have extras prepared. It's a whole.
But instead
20...
of gold in its mouth, it's platinum pieces. Ooh.
I think I would go for the fight if it was platinum.
If it was platinum, I would have been.
Like, all right, that seems worth it.
No, but if we go with monster logic, that just means it's a stronger version of it.
So it looks like
and palette swap.
You guys already rolled this last time, and I forgot to replace it. So it is an uneventful day of clear travel. Yeah, you guys already passed this 14 before. I now have a couple different things I got to replace here. Yeah, cool. All right, so is there any RP that you guys want to be doing around the campfire? I know this is kind of lackluster. We're just trying to get back to Beacon at this point, and I understand that. So
nothing significant comes to mind.
Yeah, I mean, I'll have conversations back in Beacon.
Okay.
I would probably speak with Zanladir at some point.
Okay. You want to get that out of the way now?
Yeah, it would just be So, I know you plan to do a lot of stuff with them, but what's any more details on what you plan on doing with them door fragments now you got them?
Well, I have some research I have to do and testing, and these are not the first door fragments I've come across. And I want to see exactly their true potential. I intend on using them to perhaps get other ones. I know the location of several others, and I was going to offer for you to come along with me at some point, whether in the very near future or further on down the road, to go in search of the others. Because... again, there's a lot of, call them mechanics, behind these doors, and there's a lot of explaining as to how they work, and I've got my own research I've done over the years and documentation on how it all fits together. I just think that with adventurers such as yourselves, being more true of heart than other ones I've met, obviously, like the other raiders, you could put this to use. So... my laboratory is actually in Islisnarian. It's where I call home, and it's where I intend to return to and anyways, so that's what I intend to do with them. Continue to research, continue to incorporate them into my own door, and yeah, that doesn't really help you at all, I suppose. We didn't really talk about... There were 3, and unfortunately Sheku wasn't able to help me to maintain the glass. That was potentially extremely valuable to me because that particular shard allows you to see your destination to make sure that it's safe on the other side before choosing to step through. That's a crucial thing because once you've opened the door, who knows whether or not something else might step through from the other side. So knowing that you can open it and it's safe is a very important thing to me, one of little defensive means. I'm sure you can understand.
Right. Yeah, well, maybe you'll just have to, you said you can make more of them doors and more than shards. You'll have to make a big old glass door, one of them fancy doors, and then blow it up from range or something.
Well, so here's the thing. I was thinking... Because I did tell you that I'd share this with you, we do have 2 fragments. I was thinking of giving one of them to you and taking one for myself. And what I'm planning on doing is... I'm in the middle of creating sort of a blast room that can potentially contain the blast of a door exploding and try to trigger it somehow. It's with some kind of mechanism and incorporating this shard into my existing door and then exploding it and hopefully creating more shards, which I'll then be able to multiplicatively make more powerful. The point is it's possible to create doors that have an infinite range, and which would allow me to go anywhere in the world, and that is my ultimate goal.
I mean, that makes sense. That'd be quite a thing.
It would
do that. Yeah, well, we can discuss whatever plans you had.
And if you wouldn't mind,
time, but...
I don't want to do this myself, as I feel like Xander enjoys my company and everything, but and he takes off the Chronomancer's pocket clock and gives it to you. If you would, after we've parted ways in Beacon, if you would just, I don't think I have the need of this now, and I'm hoping this can be a bit of gained trust after my rather lackluster addition to the party, that we can perhaps do work again in the future.
Well, appreciate this, and we were escorting you. Ain't no worries about what you were bringing to the table, but I'll give it to the kid.
Just a reminder, we did agree that we do an extra job for him free of charge.
Yeah. Felix, I knew that you were going to... I'm like, literally, as I'm saying it as Xanladir, I'm like, Felix is going to pipe up and say something about this right now. I knew it. Yes, you did agree that you would do another job, but this is just more.
Yeah, this was a real interesting trip, and I'm sure everybody will agree that we're interested in probably working with you again and going to some other fancy location you know of, I'm sure. And if it involves these door fragments, then I'm sure we'd be more than willing to help out.
Yeah, I do believe that this location was, although very dangerous, it was probably the least dangerous of the locations. So just be aware that we need further preparations before continuing forward. So, anyways, all right. Is there anything more?
Why not? I'd have a conversation with Louise around the fire. I'm definitely lying down, staring up at the stars right now, but he's just like, hey, so, how did you feel about that?
I'd like to say I was surprised, but I wasn't. But I knew they were crooked, but not at like that extent.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We've gone our whole lives like knowing them, and we've always known they hated us, but I didn't expect them to take that extra step.
Yeah, and I don't know about you, but depending on where, like either the rest of the group wants to go or where the mayor wants to send us, I feel like going back to Nixrunen to maybe warn our family about what they said about us, well, about our whole family, warn them about that. Uh, like, obviously, they already know there's bad blood, but not necessarily to this extent.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that. Do you really think that I'm, I mean, do you think we're not going to be necessary anymore?
Most likely, they have their own plan, maybe, and we might be a liability to their plan, like maybe an obstacle. So maybe that's why they said those things. Obviously, I don't know what they actually want to do. So
I
yeah,
mean, I feel like, at least throughout known history, we've played a pretty good role in preparation, at least, for when the next disaster was going to strike. I feel like our family's kind of important. I feel like what we can do is kind of important, and to just throw us away in the name of whatever grander power feels weird.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they were working with the Chainless, and we saw what the Chainless were doing in their labs. People will do whatever they want if they believe it gives them a little bit of power. So they might just be saying what they believe.
That's the other thing I was gonna ask. Growing up, I mean, you spent a lot more time outside the city walls than I did. You spent a lot more time outside the house. I was pretty much stuck in the library. Are am I actually just that soft?
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say you're soft, maybe a little, how'd you say it, unaware of the when people might want to exploit you or what people truly want from their surroundings. But I'd say you're not actually that soft. I mean, somebody soft wouldn't have been able to survive either going through the Rising Requiem or just the journey from Mixrunum all the way here to Vega.
Even a coward can survive.
Usually, cowards don't survive long. Or if they do, they keep hiding. You haven't been hiding.
Well, I'm glad that you're here with me because I'm not sure how far I'd make it without you. And I hope that I can use your guidance and get, I guess, more aware. Because I mean, we never really liked them, but I didn't like the way I felt today. Looking at them and knowing that these people that we've known our whole lives have done something like that to get something that they don't even understand. And I don't understand, but it's not theirs. So I'm gonna get better for the sake of the group because I don't want to be a liability. It seems like a lot of people are relying on me. Now not only the family, but basically every single higher or magic being I've met is placing so much stock in my life and acting like I'm going to make it through, and I don't know that I am. Acting like I'm this super powerful something, and I don't know what to do about that.
Well, I mean, if you actually want to talk about power, you literally helped us fight a giant spider that shot lightning by creating giant explosions. I'd say you're pretty powerful.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but like I can learn that. Like I can work up to that. But the way that they're talking to me is like I'm going to be a savior, like a god, and I don't know. I'm okay with just being a person. And I
Well,
know that our upbringing hasn't necessarily put me in that position, but being special doesn't mean much to me right now, I guess. But it just feels like a lot of pressure.
well, I mean, when we accepted to be the raiders of the beacon, people's life were going to be in our hands starting from that moment. It's something you'll need to be able to live with, and it's gonna stay with us as long as we're raiders. So I'd say, going off what we did in the museum, you're heading in the right direction.
I like this group.
Yeah.
Very nice. All right. Thanks. I needed that. Good night.
Always here when you need it.
Good night. Talk to you tomorrow.
Night.
Okay. As
Two things. Before we get back to town.
It's
First.
one per person.
well,
Eh.
we're not going. Okay.
I want to say it before we're out of the forest.
But we still have 1 day of. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I'm hunting deer.
Yes, I forgot the heights. Yeah.
How many did you need? I forget.
I need 3. I have 2. I'd like to get 2 more.
Was it you had 2 or you had 1 giant
I
height?
have 2.
You have 2.
No, I did get 2 deer on our way there.
Could we
I have
give him
2.
the bearskin rug?
I don't want to do that. It's,
You want to keep our
I wanna
home
keep
nice,
the bearskin
nice
rug.
and cozy.
Yes.
When the time comes to drip out our home, the bearskin rug and the unicorn will be
Yeah.
front and center.
yes.
If Duke sees Razir going to do this, he will assist, and guidance will be handed out if necessary.
Okay.
I think that means that Duke sees him going to do this.
Well, I imagine he'd say something, not just wander off in the woods or.
You never know.
I'll
It's
help.
Razir.
I'll help you. I'll help you track with the help action.
I mean, but
for my survival.
the combination of Louise with his survival, Thrall with her survival, and then with Duke. I mean, this is a whole party endeavor, and they're not going to leave Xander and Zanladir behind. So it's like this group kind of like going through the forest here. Just roll for the sake of rolling. It's going to be with advantage and a D4, but I mean,
What do you want me to roll?
a survival.
No. With advantage and a
With a
D4. 24.
24. Okay. I mean, that's pretty good. And with the group of you, let's see, what would you be able to? You go ahead and roll. This will be the last roll, and then we're done with the rolling on this trivial side thing that you're hunting. You could just envision it going. We're not going to go through the whole thing, but we'll just go roll 2d4. This will be the number of pelts that you are able to acquire. 4. It's not terrible. Okay. Awesome. So you hunt some deer on one of your days. What was the second thing you wanted to do?
I have more dialogue. Speaking, I want to do.
Okay. Well,
Perhaps during the deer hunt.
okay, sure. I'll have the thing that I was planning be the last thing that we do, and then we'll wrap up tonight.
Okay, yeah, I do want to speak with Duke.
Okay.
Hey, how you feeling, Bright Eyes?
I will admit that I am fairly lost at this point in our adventuring.
All right. I hope you feel at least a bit better about how that whole thing with Vudos went.
Well, that was
No, you
very
were
nice. I
real
was
concerned about that. And
I was
turns out
very
he
concerned.
wasn't half bad.
No, he wasn't, but the raiders of Nixrunum being such villains is now equally concerning. How many people in this world that we reside in are black at their cores and could use the guidance of the old gods?
A lot.
All right. Well, I guess that's the reason why your home sent you out to do this.
Yes, although I do feel maybe partially restricted being bound to Beacon in this oath that we have taken, but I don't know. I feel perhaps the road calling me. I'm not sure yet.
Yeah. Well, it's every man's right to choose his own path, and if you feel that yours takes you away from us as a group, you'll be missed. But I understand it. You got things you got to do, and doesn't always bring you in the same direction as everybody else you might want to be with.
Yes, I mean, you are an excellent group of adventuring companions, but for some reason I don't feel like I am doing as much good as I could be. The people need hope and faith, and we don't interact with them very much. And if I'm going to be gone all the time instead of healing and helping those around me, then what good am I really bringing into the world? Especially if all of you are such gray clouds in a bright and shiny day that could be, but it's not necessarily a bad thing.
Well, we're getting back to Beacon for the first time, and we might take a little downtime, and maybe you could spend your time helping the people. And now that we've got a little bit of experience under our belt, I don't think we'll be hiding that we're the raiders, so we'll be able to be front and center with the people, and we're their protectors and whatnot, and then you can have the ear of the folks or something. I don't know.
This is true. Though I read stories when I was young at the monastery that there used to be wandering monks who would go and heal people and right wrongs, and I think it was a legendary man, Carradine, I think. David Carradine, and he would do amazing things and just wander the wastes and help people. Sounds like a nice life.
Well, mayhaps. Maybe. Well, you let us know what you decide, but we do enjoy having you here.
Well, I enjoy all of you as well. As much insanity that we have seen now, certainly not easy to step away.
We have seen quite a bit.
Yes, I died.
You sure did.
I surely did. It was interesting.
A life-changing experience,
one might say.
Yeah, well, you take your time. We got another day or so of travel, I think, before we get back. You take your time and think about what you got to think about and make your decision on what you're going to do.
Of course. I appreciate your guidance and wisdom, Brazier.
Anytime, bud.
Okay. There is one final day's travel, which we will roll for momentarily. I know we're trying to kind of wrap up here pretty soon. However, the evening, and we'll say that this is before the hunting party and that conversation. I guess it doesn't really matter that much. But the night after Xander and Louise had that heart-to-heart conversation, as Xander falls asleep for the evening by the fire, and the rest of the friends that are around, I would like you to... He's already rolling. Oh,
predictable,
my
Tim.
goodness. I am. People know how I operate now. You guys have been playing with me long
predictable in
enough
your
to know.
old age, Tim.
All right.
Oh, hold on. Let me get my notepad out again. Hoorah! Notepad. Raiders of Novus notes.
This one's not very long.
Okay.
Just gotta find.
Quick fingers are ready. The Thunder Lord.
That's it. Xander is Yasha.
He's just all the Critical Role characters rolled into one.
By the end, I'll be everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
The first flash of imagery that you see in front of you is a massive, sprawling city, unlike anything that you've seen before. But it lays in ruins amidst a massive, deadened forest with many layers of fog of varying colors intermixing with the lack of foliage that's in the area. Giant corpses of titans reside in the area that you're viewing from an aerial perspective. In the center of the ruins, a huge beam of light fires off into the sky, hitting the clouds, parting them for a mile wide before reaching up into the heavens above. Your vision flashes again, and heavy rain is pouring down, obfuscating almost everything around. But with your vision, you're able to see 7 large figures floating up in the sky around this huge beam of light that's coming out of the ground. And when I say giant, I mean they are god-sized. They are literally like some kind of large incantation is taking place, and they have their arms raised into the sky. They're ethereal in appearance and multicolored, as though a rainbow flows over their entire body. Flash again, and one of them becomes recognizable as Vudos, whose hand raises up into the sky, and pulling down a giant bolt of lightning comes down and strikes whatever's in the center of this large beam of light, causing part of the light to flicker and almost come out of existence for a second. Your vision flashes again, and 3 massive armies collide in the center of these ruins, fighting over something, whatever it is that's in the center of these ruins. Your vision flashes again, and an unbelievably world-scale titan comes into view from the ocean on the outskirts of your vision beyond the ruins, and begins to make its way inland, stomping on troops, on thousands of individuals, and there are multicolored, sparkling spells that are being fired off in its direction as it continues to make its way towards the ruins. And that is where your vision goes away. And you wake up in the dead of night.
Crying. He's crying.
And that is where we'll go ahead and end tonight's session.
Ooh, crazy vision.
Oh, yo, that's so crazy.
Something about that vision is reminiscent to one that you've had previously. A little bit. And thinking back to that original vision, and we'll just clarify this before we move on to next week, but there was a figure amidst a room in a vision that you had whose you don't know any of the, or didn't know any of the individuals that were in this room, if you remember from the original vision. Now you do recognize one of them as Vudos.
That's crazy.
Yep.